we understand that you want the very best, finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable, with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're excited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best
Last
barbecue they've ever had, and a great place
Thank
to
you.
sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Welcome back. Hey, check out Shelter Agent Chris Dooley. Free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call him at 479-646-6792. Philip, as we look at tonight's opponent, the Conway Wampus Cats, the one thing that stands out for me is speed and more speed. They have two young men. Shane Smith, he runs 4.640, and you've got Luke Bailey at 4.4.
And I believe those are the two kickoff return artists, if I'm not mistaken, Keith. So that gives you a dual threat on that. So special team play is going to be more important than ever tonight.
That's almost where you'd almost want to kick it away, because Shane Smith actually had 3 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Luke Bailey almost had one in a big key victory over Rogers in the playoffs last year. They're getting a running back. That's always good to know that all the players are coming back just in time to take on the Mavs. Bryce Bohannon, who will play some receiver too, is one that they're going to have to keep an eye on. It's number 20, and you got to watch him all over the field.
Yeah, and I think there are some key players for Conway, even though they're a very fine, talented team from top to bottom. Those key players, we're going to have to make those matchups, as Coach was talking about earlier in that pregame show. Get the matchups, win those duels, and you've got a shot to beat Conway.
Speaking of matchups or maybe mismatches, you look at the tight end. One of the tight ends listed for Conway is Jaden Williams, 6'6".
That's pretty good size even for a basketball player, isn't
He's a basketball player too.
I should have known.
There you go.
Well, and the tight end is such an important, integral part that, we tend to use more as a hybrid player, more out of the backfield. And I'm interested to see if Conway's going to do that, or they're just going to line him up in a normal orthodox setting on the line, an extra blocker, and can go out for that pass. Normally going to be matched up on a linebacker, at best going to be matched up on a safety.
Either way, it's a lot of pressure on your defense trying to cover the speedy receivers plus the big targets. On the defensive side of the ball for Conway, that's been really their strength this year. Offensively, they've been slow getting started just in the fact they've had a lot of injuries, getting all those guys back, so they're going to be a tough matchup. But you look at the defensive side of the ball, you really have to look at those two linebackers they have. Reed Hughes along with Parker Prock, both are all-state possibilities this year. You better block those guys.
Well, and if you look at Reed Hughes, he is averaging 12 solo tackles a game. And if you put that in a pie chart, about half of the tackles are this one player. So, from an offensive line standpoint for Southside, where do we always need to know who is where? We always need to know where he is.
As we look at tonight's keys for the ball game, obviously one thing you talked about, Philip, definitely has to be kickoff coverage.
Kickoff coverage. Special teams, it goes without saying how important it is. All three phases, our offense, our defense, special teams are just as important, because think about if we're giving up kickoff returns, that's like free 6 points every time we turn around.
Easier said than done with all that speed that Conway presents is no big plays.
The only thing that can defeat speed is every man in his place doing his job, which goes back to the point I made earlier, is we want to see the total team effort tonight. And I think when we see that, Keith, we can say this team's turned a corner and this team's headed the right direction. And let's say tonight maybe they lose by a touchdown against this team. That's going to be a great thing. A win. Hey, we're in orbit and we're having our own club dub right here at Conway Wampus Camp.
Exactly. And you say that too, then you've got to think about the fact that, hey, we've got Conway this week, and then next week we have to go to Cabot, so that's 2 tough games to start the season. One more thing I think we need to really work on too will be ball control tonight. We talk about the teams working together, every man on the field offensively working together, offense, defense working together. It means that the offense has to control that football.
Yeah, you can't be sending your defense out every fourth play, so to speak. They have to have more rest than that, because obviously it takes a whole lot more effort to play defense than it does offense. I don't know where the ball's going, and I got to find it. It's a lot more effort involved in defensive play.
And one thing I think Southside is going to have to do tonight too, Philip, is they need to get off to a quick start. Need a break or two. We look at the 7A Central. These guys, when we first got in here, hey, we're taking a step down from leaving the West to the Central, but no more. The schools have grown so big here. The talent's got so much better. It's a gauntlet every week.
It's a gauntlet every week, and isn't that funny? Wherever we go is the toughest conference in the state, and that's a good thing. A lot of people shy away from competition. Maybe you want those easy schedules and get in the playoffs that way. But I promise you, if you make the playoffs here with almost a 500 record, you're as good as a lot of teams with a 10-1 record.
Exactly. Just about time for kickoff. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
This has been the Mavericks pregame show on Spirit 106.3.
How much time?
Brought to you by Chris Dooley Shelter Insurance.
3.
Stand by. It's game time next.
Yes, sir.
In sports, success is measured in the number of points scored, in games won, and in championships earned. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, and being there when you need us. In fact, 9 out of 10 people surveyed with a claim would recommend Shelter to a friend. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60-month interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
Oh, and do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Jerry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it. It's not going to stop.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
Yeah, I
going
can
to
see.
stop until you get something done.
Just a little hard for me to see this side. That's why I was standing
But the
up.
faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing. 646-5151.
Southside Mavericks football. 106.3.
I didn't even tell.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud. Professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory-authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something
Sounds like Marty Houston
Come on
did.
into Frank Rowe Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Frank Rowe Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60-month interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Frank Rowe Furniture. You always win at Frank Rowe Furniture. Can you hear anything?
Hard.
You can hear it, tell me when we come back.
It's game time on Spirit 106.3. This is Southside Mavericks football. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back to beautiful Conway, Arkansas. What a great place to play football. Really nice stadium. Campus Cats. And Phil, I'm pretty excited about this ball game tonight after seeing what Southside's capable of last week.
You know, looking out here, it looks like they're jumping around. They're ball games. It might, if there was some wild tiebreaker, and for the state playoffs.
Remember, at the end of the ball game tonight, we'll be naming the Fort Smith Flooring Group offensive and defensive players of the game. If Southside won the toss, they will receive the football to start the ball game. Back deep for Southside will be Eli Lyles along with Jay Washington. Kicking off for the Wampus Cats will be
150, 200 kids there on the sideline just looking. Big difference between the amount of children there and the amount of kids we've got on our side.
What I do notice over there is not a lot of people buying the expensive seats there in the middle.
Must be a little bit behind on their fundraising campaign.
Ashton Waller kicks off for the Wampus Cats. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Lyles at the goal line. 10-yard line will be hit and will be dropped at the Southside 12-yard line. That's where Southside will start their first drive of the night, their 12-yard line.
It's awful tough to make a good return whenever you have that bobble. He was flirting as well with the goal line, and it would have been better to let that ball go. Once it crosses the goal line in high school football, automatic touchback.
Of course, Parker Weehunt will be your quarterback for the Mavs. Jay Washington, your running back. Big game last week. We talked about the offensive line. Marlon Briggs, big game last week. It's going to be a game tonight. He's going to have a one-on-one matchup. The big old number 91 out there, and he's going to have to hold his ground against Jalen McEwen. As Southside lines up to run the first play, they'll go with a two-receiver split to the left of Weehunt. Washington in the backfield. Now they bring a man in motion. That's their tight end, Dimitri Lloyd. As now a man comes in motion, that's Josh Hannon. Parker Weehunt wakes on the snap. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington up the middle. He's going to get across the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. Getting to 3 on the play brings up second down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and we had that same look of we're going to run the ball in the middle. I don't think that's a bad strategy for Southside. I think that's where our strength is. The outside corners, we may not have that speed to get there, so let's just play team football, hat on hat, man on man, carry the ball right down the field.
But you see what it can do. It can open up the passing game if you're able to move the football. Here's a quick handoff to Washington. Has a temporary hole. Is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back, making the play for the Conway defense. I believe that was number 44, Reed Hughes, going to call his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he, as we said earlier, he's the most active one. If you can find him on every play and put a man on him, then you've got a shot at success against the rest of this defense.
Be third down, 3rd and Phillip, you got to control that football.
Yeah, we don't want to punt here. It's not the end of the world. It's early in the game, but we want to keep moving. That's fine with me.
Exactly. Southside will go with a trip set wide side of the field, a stack formation. As Weehunt calls out signals, Washington steps up for blocking purposes. Here's a snap. We've got a whistle on the play.
I believe it's going to be a timeout, Keith.
Yeah, timeout by Southside. With that timeout, we'll take one to be back in 1. You listen to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio
Looks to
listener.
me like they had
Are you
about
enjoying
9
the
people up
football
on
game
that play,
tonight?
didn't they?
How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial
30 seconds, 1
swirling
minute.
waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero and check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to McConnell Stadium. 10:36 to go here in the first quarter. Southside takes an early timeout. They'll have 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Philip, I like that strategy. If you're not sure what to do, use those timeouts when you got to use them, and let's get this straightened out early.
Such an important 3rd down, even though it's early in the game.
Southside again comes out with the same formation as they'll have 3 receivers split to the left of, and they bring a man in motion. That's Bogner. Here's a snap to Wehunt. They look to Bogner and want to throw the ball. It's going to be complete, and he's going to be driven out of bounds. Didn't have a chance to turn upfield. Nice defensive play made by Conway.
Yeah, I think we didn't get the exact matchup we wanted there with him coming out of the backfield. But all in all, that was a very crisp play. He just didn't have a chance, and a good job by Conway of covering.
Yeah, Juan Scaife made the play for Conway. Back deep would be Bryce Bohannon for the Wampus Cats. Don't want him to touch the football if you can help it.
Yeah, let's see if our punter's got a strategy for him.
Also, Nathan Mox back deep for the Wampus Cats. Here's a snap. It's a good snap to Puckett. It's a low-line drive kick going to be fielded by Mox, and he is hit. The ball's on the ground. It's on the ground. Still on the ground. Let's see who has it.
I think Conway may have it.
No, Southside has it.
That's all right. Actually, number 58, Keith, is who came up with the ball.
That was Van Hook making the recovery, but the one that made the play was Josh Waldrop. The deep snapper got down there, made the hit on Mox. That's how impressive is that for your deep snapper to get down there and make the play?
We just had our biggest offensive play of the game, didn't we?
That's what you need. We talked about that in the pregame. Need something big to happen early, and that's your play. You got to take advantage of it.
We talked about special teams, how important it was right there. We were prophets.
Southside will go 2 backs in the backfield with Bogner along with Washington. Now they bring a double tight end set. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Has a bit of a hole. We'll get up to maybe the 43-yard line. When Washington hits the line of scrimmage, there's a little bit of hole. Conway doing a great job of closing that hole quickly.
It's collapsing quickly. Every man's doing their job on that side of the ball. The Wampus Cats are tough in the middle. They're bringing 8 people up, Keith, so they have watched their film and they know what Southside's trying to do. Now, that doesn't mean you get away from it just because they do that. I say you take it right to them. It's going to pop open, and Washington's got the speed to make something happen.
Well, by continuing to do that, too, it may open up a play-action pass. It's a rollout here by Wehunt. Throws the ball down the field. It's got an open receiver intended for Jake Tyler at the 24-yard line. The ball goes incomplete, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Mavs.
That wasn't a bad pattern. That wasn't a bad pass. It just didn't make the connection. Hey, these things happen. If you look at the NFL on Sundays, people drop passes all the time.
Yeah, but you got to take advantage. You had a big play by Waldrop getting the turnover for special teams. Got to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. If nothing else, we are on their side of the field.
Again, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Mavs. 2 early possessions here. 9:13 to go here in the first quarter. Now we've got a flag on the play.
It's going to be a sideline warning, I'm afraid.
I've never really kind of understood the concept of the sideline warning.
I think what it is the line judge over here, actually the head linesman, he gets tired of having to move his chains around, and he just has enough sometimes. But it's always at the weirdest time when he should be watching the play.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Mavs. Wehunt waits on the snap. Here's the snap. He rolls to his right, looks down the field, still looks. Will throw the ball on the field. Intended for Bogner over there. A little bit of contact as the ball goes incomplete. That was Scaife again on the coverage for Conway. Brings up 4th down for the Mavs. They'll have to punt the ball away.
And who was there in the backfield but number 44 for Conway? It really was a hurry, and he did the best he could to even get that ball out of there and not take a loss, which should pay off on this punt here.
And that's a bit of a dangerous pass, too, because if you don't get that ball far enough outside, the ball's on the passing lane can go the other way as Puckett checks in late for the Mavs. Again, Justin Waldrop, your deep snapper. Here's a snap to Puckett. It's a good snap. Here's the kick. It's a line drive kick that is going to go out of bounds. What a great job by Adam Puckett at the 3-yard line.
Couldn't ask for anything better than that, Keith, that your punter's doing his job. He's been doing it all year, though, and we shouldn't be surprised because he's been doing very well.
He had some lasers last week. That ball was just shooting off the leg last week.
I think a lot of it was, Keith, he didn't have to punt very much, and then he still had all the energy there available whenever he was called upon.
Be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. This will actually be their first snap from scrimmage here at their own 3-yard line. Nick McCune is your quarterback. He'll have one back in the backfield. Receiver split either side of the field. Here's a handoff to the running back. He gets outside. He's going to be hit and waylaid back at the 4-yard line. What a great defensive play. Eli Lyles over there along with, I believe that's Angel Hernandez making the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 8.
That was a great play because, Keith, I thought it was there for a minute, and it was going to be a pretty good-sized gain for them. They took it away, they stood him up, and all he got was 1 yard for his efforts.
Again, they'll have Bailey in the backfield with McCune. McCune calls out signals, works from a pistol formation. Trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap. They want to go that way. It's a quick pass out, complete. He's at the 10, he's at the 15, he's at the 20. Will be pulled down at the 26-yard line. That's Bohannon on the catch, and making the play for the Southside defense again is Angel Hernandez. Hernandez saved a touchdown.
That wasn't a bad defensive effort for Southside, but it certainly shows us our vulnerability to their speed. He really put on the Jets on that play.
All you can do is just hold your breath. Again, that'll be 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for Conway. Here's a snap to McCune, hands it off to his running back. He's going to be hitting the backfield. We'll get forward for maybe about, let's call it 3 yards. Good job again by the Southside defense as Angel Hernandez, who came to play tonight, makes the play again for the Southside defense.
Yeah, and the D-line really stood their men up and created a lot of trash there where he didn't have really a good hole to go to. And that's the proof is when the linebacker can come across and make the play.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 8.
We're actually going with a 43 look with the standing linebacker on the edge.
McCune waits on the snap. Has one back in the backfield. They'll go trip set wide side of the field as here's the snap. It's going to be a quick pass out complete to Bohannon. He's going to be hit. What a great job by Eli Lyles at the 30-yard line. We'll gain 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 6. We talk about tackling in space right there.
Absolutely, and Keith, they have run the same pass play over and over. Southside sniffed it out that time. They knew exactly where they were going. You'd think with this speed there might be a little more verticality to their game, but that appears to be their game to this point.
Well, I'm looking at big old number 89, Jaden Williams. That kid is huge.
Yeah.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 6. They go trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap. McCune wants to go that way, looks down the field, has time to throw the ball. Here's the throw, going to be complete to Bohannon at midfield. Gives into Southside territory at the 49-yard line where Eli Lyles makes the play. But just a good throw. Really good coverage over there for Southside. That was Dakota Wareheim on the coverage along with Lyles. Just a really good throw by McCune to get the open receiver, Bohannon.
And not an easy one. He was actually going across his body and not his natural movement since he's right-handed to his right.
Conway will go with a 2 tight end set. Receiver split either side of the field. One back in the backfield. That is Bailey. Here's a snap. Bailey gets a handoff. He will go up the middle, gets up across the Southside 45 down to the Southside 44-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Wampus Cats. So far, Southside doing a pretty good job of slowing down the run.
Hey, here we are. I mean, this is a game of back and forth right now, and no team has really showed splendor above another except for that Conway speed. Right now, I'm going to have to give the edge to Conway for the speed, but that's about it.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Wampus Cats. This will be the 6th play of their opening drive. No score, 5:50 to go in their first quarter. Here's a snap to McCune, hands it off to his running back. He's going to get hit and be down at the 41-yard line.
Should bring up 3rd down. You know, when we look at that and we see what's going on there, Southside's interior is holding up. And I think it's very important for them to hold up throughout this game. Conway wants to keep it in the middle just like Southside does. Of course, Coach Keith Fimple, who is their head coach on that side of the field, I mean, his heritage comes through Southside and Coach Williams.
Again, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Obviously 4 down territory here. That's Manny Smith has been in the ball game on 3 or 4 plays for Conway at the running back position. Here's a wildcat to Bohannon. Boy, he's hit and dropped. going to be hit right at the 40-yard line for no gain as Landon Chafee, along with Eli Lyles, makes the play for the Southside defense, brings up 4th down, 4th and 1.
I would guess they're going to go for it being on their side of the field, but it does appear a punting team's coming on. My guess was wrong, Keith.
What I will say, though, Southside done a good job. Difference in this Southside team, the defense, is the fact that these guys will hit you, not afraid to put somebody on the ground. I'm not sure this may not be a running play, as they've got, I believe that's Will Hogue in the ball game.
Nope, it's a punt.
I'm with you, though, Philip. I'm a bit surprised they didn't go for it. They've held Southside to 2, 3 and out, so it's not like their defense isn't playing well. You had 1 yard to go, but that's respect for Southside right there, the way that the defense is playing.
Yeah, not a bad strategy. I mean, Coach Fimple's basically saying, I'm going to make you go 90 yards down the field. That wasn't the best effort at punt, but in that situation, it didn't require a best effort.
They'll spot the ball on the Southside 8-yard line. This will be their worst field position of the night. Got to get some first downs.
First downs are going to probably be at a premium here tonight, Keith.
Again, Southside will go with 2 backs in the backfield. Bogner, now they go with a trip set wide side of the field as Bogner comes in motion, strong left for the Mavs. Here's a snap. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. Hunt gets across the 10, maybe to the 11-yard line, and actually I'll spot him at the 10-yard line, be a gain of 2, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for the Mavs.
I like the strategy, though, with the fake to Washington, taking number 44 out of the play. It's not a bad strategy.
Hunt, really, we saw it in the first game of the year against Bentonville West. He's capable of running the football.
Haven't seen it a lot in the other 2 games, though, but maybe we'll see more tonight. Of course, the danger is you're putting your quarterback at risk every time that happens.
Again, Southside will go with Washington in the backfield. Now they'll bring a man in motion. That's Josh Hannon. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. He is hit in the backfield and driven back at about, going to be hit at about the 7-yard line. Lose 3 on the play, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 11.
There was a bobble from the snap, a bobble from the quarterback. It wasn't a smooth handoff, and that was just enough time for Conway to come on and finish the play.
Well, it's all about timing. You've got to have the timing right. And we saw it last year a lot with Southside with Tay Gatewood. Those high snaps he was getting last year throws your timing off. And not a high snap there, but just the bobble snap really messed the play up.
I think the only word to use is discombobulation.
We need to look that up in the dictionary.
It'll be right beside cattywampus.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs. No score here late in the first quarter. Here's a snap to Hunt. Hunt looks to throw the ball. Will throw the ball down the field. It's going to be complete at the 19-yard line for a Southside first down. What a great job that is. Jake Tyler, his newly found favorite receiver on the catch for a Southside first down. But what was nice about that play, Phillip, was he felt the heat, steps up into an opening, finds the open receiver.
Stepping up in the pocket, and a receiver helped him. Just like in basketball, he claimed real estate, put his position there, and the defender could not get around him.
Be 1st and 10th, the Southside 19-yard line. This will be the 4th play of the drive. 2:40 to go here, first quarter, no score. Here's a snap to Hunt. Here's a handoff to his tailback. Washington will fight his way up to the 20-yard line. Gain 1 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs.
Conway has a 43 look, which fits to what they're wanting to do to stop the run. But Southside is not doing bad. They're still making positive yardage with their run game. It always pays off at some point when you break one, or you start getting a weary look on that defensive line. It can hurt what's going on.
So that's what we're going to see all year. Teams are going to put 7, 8 in the box. They're going to make us throw the football. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs. Hunt calls out signals. Wants to throw the ball, throws the ball quickly out. It's complete. He cuts it back inside. Just a nice defensive play. Getting up off the pile there. I think that's number 31. That's Riley White making the play. And that had a chance. What Southside's going to have to do when you throw that pass out like that, you got to make that first guy miss.
You either got to miss or you got to have a block right in front of you. He chose to make the miss to come inside, and 31 just made an excellent defensive play.
Again, I'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs. 1:28 to go here in the first quarter, no score. As Southside just a bit slow getting out of the huddle. There's only 8 seconds on the play clock. They go trip set wide side of the field. Hunt calls out signals. Here's a snap. He's want to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket. He looks to throw. It's going to be hit and dropped at the 15-yard line. Good job by Hunt of just going ahead and eating the football. Good coverage down the field, nobody open.
Yeah, the offensive line has to form that pocket just a little better. Give him that room to find his read, make a play, make a check down even. But at that time, he only had time to escape.
Mox and Bohannon will go back deep for Conway. They'll stand at their own 43-yard line as Adam Puckett stands at his 2-yard line.
Remember last time they kicked away from number 20. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't kick away again.
Puckett waits on the snap. It's another good snap. Here's the kick. It's a good kick. Going to go to Bohannon at midfield. He catches it on a fair catch right at midfield. That's where they'll start this drive. And I was watching Puckett punt the ball, Phillip, and he had it at a bad angle, the way he was holding the ball. He didn't get everything he got on that punt.
It wasn't his best effort. I mean, it wasn't that bad yardage-wise. There was a hang time. Southside was able to come up and actually force that fair catch. He was either going to be that or roll for another 10 yards in our favor.
Be 1st and 10 for Conway. They'll start this drive on their 50-yard line. They'll have one back in the backfield. That is Luke Bailey. Here's a snap. It's a handoff to Bailey up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped at the Southside 46-yard line. And that's Landon Chafee making the play for the Southside defense. We've got 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And that's going to be the last play of the hold on. And maybe they'll try to get one more play off. 12 seconds to go here. McCune looks to the sidelines to get the play. Has Bailey in the backfield. And
I don't think they're going to get it off.
Didn't get it off. That's the end of the first quarter. No score. Be back with the start of the second quarter after one. No score. You listen to Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Jewelry is something special, given to someone special. And at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. Custom jewelry, repairs, and watches, all services.
I like this roster, but then I start trying to find players.
Cheshire accepts all credit cards and offers 12-month same-as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry for our customers and our friends.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. No score. It'll be second down, 2nd and 6 for the Conway Wampus Cats. Here's a handoff to the running back. Gets outside. He's to 35 to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Conway sealed that edge, and their superior speed took over. It wasn't for lack of effort on the.
Yeah, that was a young sophomore, Manny Smith, scoring the touchdown for the Wampus Cats.
And he has probably been their most prolific offensive player this young season.
Well, we're going to break in some other guys at running back, but I see why Manny Smith's playing. That was a nice run. Just they sealed off the corner, got the outside. He's gone.
Yeah, there wasn't much that we could do about it.
As Will Hogue will attempt the extra point for the Wampus Cats. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 11:51 to go here in the second quarter. Conway now leads Southside 7-zip. Be back with the Wampus Cat kickoff after one. It's from Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at Byrider.com.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to action. Here's a return by Eli Lyles. Will get across the south side 35-yard line. Is tackled out of bounds over there past the 35-yard line. Two good plays on that, fielding the ground ball and then getting positive yardage.
Yeah, it was almost like a pooch kick that they were hoping Southside wasn't paying attention to and they could snatch up. But we got there. We got the ball. Should have been a flag on that play for a horse collar on the sideline. In fact, Keith, I threw the flag from up here, but nobody paid any attention to me.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I think it's dark up here.
Well, we talked about this. Southside has got to get some first downs, control the football. That was a two-play, 50-yard drive for Conway, a 45-yard run by Manny Smith for the touchdown. And Southside will start this drive on their own 38-yard line. They'll bring a man in motion. That's Josh Hannon as Wee Hunt takes a snap, hands the ball off to Washington. Has the outside. He's across the 40. At the 45, he's going to be hit and dropped at midfield. What a great job. A nice seal block over there for Southside. A 12-yard gain. Tackle on the play is Troy Wiseman. Will be 1st and 10 Mavs.
That was almost a little counter play because we've been running up the middle. He gave the fake to the middle, straight to the edge. The edge was open for 12-yard gain.
Well, you got to get away from those good inside linebackers.
You need to, but at the same time, we can't leave them alone. We can't just live on that outside or they'll destroy us there. So we got to keep a balanced attack to a great defense like Conway has.
That's what we talked about before the game. You got no big plays. We've allowed only one so far. Here's a handoff again to Washington. Going to be hit, dropped at the line of scrimmage. I still think it comes down to Phillip. His Southside doesn't necessarily have to score every time they have the football, but they've got to hang on to the football more than we've had. This is our 4th possession. Our biggest drive of the night was 6 plays. We've got to have 10, 12 play drives.
Yeah, we were saved on that one by the muffed punt, which helped us stay alive again. But we need more of that sustained drives up and down the field.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 10. The Southside will go strong just off the right guard with Nathan Bachner as Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver, going to be incomplete. The ball was intended for Jake Tyler at about the 10-yard line, and it looked like that maybe Tyler lost the ball in the air because he was kind of out of position to make the play.
Yeah, but I think he was held a little bit by the man in blue, the Conway player. I don't mean to go past what the officials are seeing right in front of him, but from my vantage point, he had that look like he couldn't elevate to get to it.
Well, and he kind of took away his running path, too. So
yeah, and you can't do that. Never give up on a pattern. Trust your quarterback.
They'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs. Southside lines up, trip set to the left of Wee Hunt now. A man in motion, that's Nathan Bogner. Here's a snap. Wee Hunt rolls to his left. Here comes the heat. He's going to be hit by Hughes in the backfield for about a 11-yard loss. We'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 21 for the Mavs.
Yeah, that was a delayed blitz by number 44, kind of a timing play. Once everybody had a man on the line, the guards have got to be paying attention. They can't get caught up with somebody else's responsibility. Somebody was responsible for him, but on that play, we weren't successful.
Phillip, would Southside be better off, and I know you're trying to control the football, but maybe throwing on 1st down, give them a different look?
That'd certainly be something we haven't done all year. And I know Coach Williams likes to do things that aren't on film.
Here's the punt by Puckett. It's a good high punt. This is going to be fair caught by Mox at the 22-yard line. That's where Conway will start this drive there on 22-yard line. Need your defense to step up. 9:50 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Conway leads Southside 7-zip.
I think it's so important, too, that we give credit to this punting team. They haven't had a reasonable return yet. We've been able to take that away. That's a great thing.
2 fair catches and a fumble.
I can't ask for anything better than that.
Exactly. We talked about special teams having to play big. So far they have tonight for Southside. As again, this drive will start at the Conway 22-yard line. McCune, your quarterback.
Still going with that 43 look.
He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field, complete to Bohannon. He's at the 30-yard line, will be hit and drags 2 defenders forward. That's Angel Hernandez for Southside, along with, I believe that was number 28 for Southside. Zach Medlin making the play for the Mavs, be a 1st and 10.
About a 10-yard throw, but what they're doing with Bohannon is putting him in space and giving him a shot at going on down the field.
Jabrian Earl checks in at tailback for Conway. What we're going to find out in the Central Conference is a lot of overload of richness here, a lot of good tailbacks. Here's the pass incomplete to Bohannon.
Almost the same play except to the opposite side of the field. But the defense for Southside hurried the quarterback just a little bit.
And we've got an injured Maverick on the play. Looks like it may be a cramp.
Yeah, we had this same problem with Mr. Lyles 2 games ago.
And they're going to check on him. We'll have an injury here, and with that, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
House beef jerky is the place you gotta go.
For over 25 years, House Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering their mouth-watering beef jerky with a variety of spices and flavors. Spend $20 at the store in Shady Point and get a free $5 bag. House Homemade Beef Jerky is also available online at househomemadebeefjerky.com or just call Hal at 918-635-5759.
House beef jerky is the place you gotta go.
House Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on into Frank Rowe Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Frank Rowe Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60-month interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Frank Rowe Furniture. You always win at Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, it's a handoff to Jabrian Earl, and he is hit rudely in the backfield by Sean Rogers back at the Conway 39-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 13 for the Wampus Cats. What a great job by Sean Rogers.
Yeah, it was actually a gap shoot. He shot that gap. Nobody was stepped across to stop him. It was just him and the quarterback, and you know who won that matchup.
Southside going with a 3 lineman set as Rogers works off the nose guard now, giving them a different look. 3rd down, 3rd and 13 for Conway. McEwen takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 43-yard line, forcing a Conway punt. What a great job by the defense.
Hey, we take away that one big play they had, and we've got a 0-0 game. Southside is in this game, and they're playing much better, Keith, than we saw in the first 3 games, including last week.
The 2 of the 3 things we talked about as keys to the ball game, obviously, 1, no big plays, but they've had 1. We can live with that. We're in the second quarter, so 1 big play. You know, you can live with that, but what we're going to have to do better, we've got to control that football.
Absolutely.
Here's the punt.
That was almost a block by Mr. Rogers.
And a fair catch called by Connor Austin at the 17-yard line. Good job by Austin catching the ball. If he doesn't make that play, 3 Wampus Cats are down inside the 10-yard line.
That's very dangerous, but good hands were there, just like Allstate.
The punter, Ashton Waller, he kind of held on to the football, and I think if Rogers had come hard the whole way, I think he might have had a block.
I think he was a bit shocked at how easily he got back there.
Kind of reminds me of the Greenwood game with Puckett when they snapped it over his head, and he runs back and picks it up, nobody's there.
Well, the coach had called a return on the Greenwood sideline, and they were a well-coached team, and they did exactly what they were told, regardless of where the ball was.
You're just waiting on the hit, and it wasn't there. Again, 1st and 10 Mavs at their own 17-yard line, down 7-zip here in the second quarter. Here's a snap, a handoff to the running back. That's Washington. Tries to bounce it outside. Is running to the sidelines. Will hit the 20, get up maybe to the 21. Let's see where they spot him. They'll spot him just past the 20-yard line. Really good run by Washington, getting positive yardage.
Only thing you'd like to see is him lower them shoulders a little bit more. You hate to see somebody run straight up and down. It's a good way to get hurt.
They'll spot it right at the 21-yard line. Be 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs.
That's all we're looking for, Keith, on each down is positive yardage. 3 times 3 can be 9, could be 10 if you get a favorable spot.
Well, I like the philosophy as far as trying to run the football, but I think at some point they're going to have to try to sneak it up top and maybe take a gamble. As again, it's 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weehunt, hands it off to Washington, cuts back inside the defense, is going to be hit and dropped for a loss. That's Xavier Robinson making the play for the Conway defense. I'll spot him back at the 19-yard line. Going to be 3rd down, 3rd and 9. And Washington really didn't know. I think the hole was initially there. He tries to cut it back and gets tackled.
I think that was a counter play, and what happened was Conway stayed home and defended it well.
Again, a big 3rd down for the Mavs. They've had too many 3 and outs. They've had 1, 2, 3 3 and outs.
Yeah, we need to make it here.
Southside goes with the stack formation wide side of the field. Now they bring a man in motion. That's Bogner. Here comes the snap. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to be sacked back to the 12-yard line.
It's not the quarterback's fault. If he doesn't even have time to set his feet, then we've got to do better, give him better protection.
You had a blitz coming there, too. There wasn't a lot that he could do, and you're exactly right. You might as well just take the football. But, again, Southside, 2 receivers in the pattern, and Bogner being your 3rd receiver, well, he's not really that deep threat, so
yeah,
you can load the box up.
Yeah, and it'd be nice on something like that to have a tight end coming straight across, just a little drag play, and probably be able to pop that wide open.
Again, Puckett stands at his own goal line, gets a snap. It's a good snap. Here's a kick. It's a low-line drive kick. Going to be a fair catch called by Mox at his own 43-yard line. And, again, we can't say enough the job the special teams are doing tonight for the Mavs.
Hey, we got them on their side of the field, and I think we're in Conway's head on the punting game.
I think it is because Mox got hit the first time, and he had a chance that time. That was a low-line drive. He could have returned that one, had maybe 5-10 yards of open space he could have run into, and instead chose to make the fair catch.
Well, and that low-line drive is going to go further, and he took that all away, his advantage, once he called fair catch.
Luke Bailey will check in at running back. We talk about an embarrassment of riches. 4 tailbacks playing tonight for Conway. Here's handoff to Bailey. Is going to be hit and dropped for maybe about a half-a-yard loss. Good defensive play by Southside, getting off the pile. I believe that's Landon Chafee making the play for the Southside defense.
I think the coaches on the defensive side are bringing some stunts from the linebackers and especially some twist out there from the defensive linemen.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 11. 6:13 to go here. Southside trails 7-zip. McCune calls out signals. Takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball across the middle, complete. He's at the 45. Southside 35 down to the Southside 31 where Levi Russell makes the play. A touchdown-saving play by Levi Russell.
Yeah, and one of the differences you see in Conway's passing game is everything's quick. Of course, they've got that speed on the outside, but it doesn't take very long to develop.
It's space. It's all about space. You get that open space, you got that fast runner, and you got to respect that, too. You have to give him that space almost.
Yeah, he'll beat you deep if you don't.
1st and 10, Southside 33-yard line. Here's a snap. It's another quick pass going to be complete to Bohannon off the side. He's going to be pulled out of bounds at the Southside 24-yard line. Making the play for the Southside defense is Angel Hernandez.
That wasn't poorly defended. I mean, certainly he made the catch, but Hernandez was where he should have been on that play.
Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 1 for the Wampus Cats. 5:45 to go here before the half. Conway leads Southside 7-zip.
I'm still waiting to see the 6'6" tight end get a part of their passing game.
McCune waits on the snap. He takes the snap, hands it off to Bailey. Up the Miller's a big hole. He's at the 15. It's the 10. Will be tackled at the 7-yard line by Levi Russell. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wampus Cats. What you're wanting to see is him get the ball and do something. If he scores a touchdown, dunk it over the goalpost.
Yeah. So far he hasn't touched the ball, but he is doing a good job blocking.
Be 1st and goal. They'll spot the ball at the Southside 7-yard line. This will be the 5th play of the drive for Conway, who leads 7-zip here in the 2nd quarter. McCune takes a snap, hands it off to Bailey again. He's going to be hit by Landon Chafee. The ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. Looks like Conway may have got it back.
Conway got it back. Actually, it's one of their offensive linemen, I believe, that snatched it up.
Now, checking the ball game for Southside will be Eli Lyles. Checking that will be Dakota Wareheim.
One of the things I'm seeing tonight, Keith, from the Southside defense is when we are tackling, the player is going backwards. And before in the other games, we were just kind of falling alongside of them. They were still getting a yard or two even as they fell.
We've seen a lot of good hitting by this defense. You know, Chafee, Rogers, Leighton Johnson, these guys will hit you. Again, 2nd goal. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Bailey off the left side. He's going to get hit and will fall close to the goal line, get down to the 1-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and goal. Making the play for the Southside defense is Zach Medlin.
Wouldn't that be a big stand here by the Southside defense to hold them and keep them out of the end zone?
Well, they're making them work for it, and that's a good thing. Again, 3rd and goal. As I put Bohannon in the backfield along with, they're going to run a Wildcat formation. Bohannon takes a snap. He's going to run the football. We'll get in the end zone. Touchdown.
Not much you can do about that. Just a single wing play. Probably one of the oldest plays in football. Back in the 1800s, people were running that. There's just not much you can do to improve upon the effectiveness of that play.
Yeah, you can. You can let the Arkansas Razorbacks run it.
Well, now, Keith, I wasn't going to go there.
Hogue will check in for the extra point. McCune on the hold. Ball is down, kick is up. Your kick is good. We've got 4:07 to go here in the second quarter. Conway leads 14-zip. Be back with the Conway kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3. One.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
A 7-play, 57-yard drive for the Wampus Cats. A 1-yard run by Bryce Bohannon. Conway leads Southside 14-zip.
Keith, I noticed down here that Landon Chafee is getting some medical attention from the coaches. I think he's got a cut place on his arm. They're probably just going to clean the blood up and get him back in the game.
Oh, he's not out.
He's not out.
Hogue will kick off for the Wampus Cats. Phillip, it's imperative. 4:07 down 14. You've got to work that clock. Don't let Conway have the ball. They'll get the ball to start the second half, too. Here's a kick. It's going to come down to Washington at the goal line. He's at the 10, 15, at the 20. There's the hole at the 25. He cuts it outside. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 42-yard line. Nice return, Jay Washington.
Well, he's just saying, Keith, we need that positive influence. But here's the thing. We need to score. We can't just, call it a moral victory. We kept them to 14. Wouldn't it be nice to go and tie it up again at halftime?
The defense has played relatively well tonight.
Couldn't really ask for any more.
The special teams have played exceptional tonight. The offense has not done much.
We'll see what happens on this drive.
Big drive for Southside again. 3:58 to go here before half. Southside trails 14-zip. Southside will go with two backs in the backfield. Bogner, and they'll bring a man in motion. We've got a flag on the play.
I think it may be an illegal shift.
That is a big mistake. They're going to call a Southside offensive lineman for offsides. You never see that call.
In fact, I couldn't tell you the last time it was ever come into play.
I get frustrated with a defensive lineman offsides. I don't know what I would do with an offensive lineman offsides. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Mavs. Didn't need that to start this drive. They'll be back on their own 36-yard line. Hunt calls out signals. He brings a man in motion. That's Jay Washington. Here's the snap. Hunt looks to throw the football. Will throw the ball deep down the field. Has no receiver. Jake Tyler inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line.
You know what the difference was there, Keith? He had all day to throw that ball. He could set his feet, make a good follow through. And the middle's always going to be open. I don't care if you're running man or you're running zone. That's where the big boys hit, but that's also where it's always going to be open.
But what happens on that play too, Phillip? What down was that pass thrown on?
A down we needed to convert and keep this moving.
Yeah, you got to do it, but you got to find that balance. You don't want to gamble too much. Here's a handoff to Washington. Has a big hole. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Southside.
Waiting for his signal. Nope. He took it away, Keith.
They're going to take it away, mark him at the 1-yard line, and the back judge never saw it.
What happened to the old adage, if you touch the pylon, it's a touchdown? That pylon went down.
It did.
Under Washington's hand.
Well, what frustrates me about is the fact that the back judge is looking at the play and he can't see it.
Yeah.
Of course, he missed that pass interference too earlier in the ball game. So here's a snap handoff to Washington. Fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Parker Hunt back at the 3-yard line.
We're thankful for Hunt being attentive there to what was going on. That play never had a shot on that handoff. It just wasn't a good connection. But to go back to that series that got us there, we got the big play. We've got Conway on their heels. They're breathing hard. Come right back with a run. Takes a lot of air to stop the run. I think that was a good offensive series that was called there.
And here's a different look. Landon Chafee going to check in for Jake Tyler on the offensive side of the ball.
I don't believe we've seen that look this year, so I'm interested to know. It's pretty much an elephant look.
Be 2nd and goal at the Conway 4-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington up the middle. Will fight his way down maybe to the 2, possibly. Yeah, let's play him actually at the 3-yard line.
I think it'd be a good time to pull the bootleg out of the playbook here because they're telling right on our running backs, and that's what we've been trying to do on some of the counter plays down here is to get them looking the wrong way.
Again, third down, third and goal for the Mavs. How big is that play, him hitting the pylon, if they don't get it here?
If we had video review.
I don't know if they can get that right. I watched a pro game last night.
Yeah.
They had pass interference. It was obviously pass interference, and they still wouldn't give it to them, and we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take 1-2, be back in 1. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football Spread 106.3.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's sport quality, signing reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Again, back to McConnell Stadium. It'll be third down, third and goal for the Mavs at the Conway 3-yard line. They trail 14-zip here with 2:14 to go here in the second quarter. Phillip, obviously this is probably the big play of the ball game for the Mavs.
Yeah, and they're going with a somewhat of a spread look.
Trip set wide side of the field. Now they'll bring a man in motion. That's Connor Austin. Here's a snap. They roll that way. Wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball to the end zone. Touchdown, Southside. Connor Austin.
How about that, Keith? We said we need to do something we normally don't do. There it was. I guarantee you Conway never saw that play on film. Coach Williams strikes again.
That was a 5-play, 58-yard drive answering the Conway touchdown. Obviously, big plays of the drive was the 41-yard run by Jay Washington, coupled with a 36-yard pass completion to Jake Tyler.
And the sequence of those being together, that's what really put Conway on their heels.
And now we've got a flag on the play. Substitution infraction on Southside. That's not good. Our kickers really struggle. You know, they're doing good to make extra points, so this will be a challenge for, it looks like Isaac Banda going to kick for the Mavs. Kel Sheets on the hold.
I believe so far, Keith, every penalty has been on Southside.
Your ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good.
That was not the easiest of kicks to make.
2:11 to go here before the half. Southside now trails 14-7. Back with the Mav kickoff after this. Just a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at Byrider.com.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on into Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60-month interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 6-play, 58-yard drive for the Mavs. A 3-yard touchdown pass from Parker Wee Hunt to Connor Austin. Southside will kick off. And now you've got the Conway version of their track team out there, Phillip. You've got Shane Smith along with Bryce Bohannon back deep. Here's a kick. It's a line drive kick that is going to be fielded by Smith at the 3-yard line. He's going to try to run across the field. He's at the 20, at the 23, tries to cut it back. It's going to be hit, and going to be pulled down at the 27-yard line. Again, nice coverage by the Southside special teams.
I like the strategy from the Southside kickoff. Don't give them a good ball up in the air where they can really set up a return. But another thing I noticed, Keith, is they don't put a whole lot of weight on their kickoff return team. They're concentrating on speed.
Well, they've got the speed. That was 4-4 Shane Smith on the return. A good job again by Southside. Exactly 2 minutes before the half, Southside trails 14-7. Again, a big defense series here for Southside as McCune's still your quarterback. Looks like Manny Smith may be the running back. 2 receivers split to the left and McCune. McCune takes a snap. He wants to throw the football, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, going to be complete. That's Bohannon at the 40, will run out of bounds. Chase Reyna along with Eli Lyles make the play for Southside at the Conway 40-yard line.
Had about a 10-yard cushion there, but with his speed, Keith, I think I'd coach it the same way. You can't get up and press him.
Well, you can't just let him do a stop and go. It's over. If you react to it, he's gone.
Got to keep him in front of you.
McCune calls out signals, looks to the sideline to get the play, and now we've got a whistle.
I think it's going to be timeout.
Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take 1-2. Be back in 1. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Got that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bed liners, car audio, and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Colley. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Here's a snap to McCune. It's a fake handoff. It's going to throw the ball out of bounds, incomplete. A good job by Southside. They came around. They brought Shane Smith around on a fake handoff. He rolls away from it. Southside didn't buy it. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10. 1:49 to go here before half. Southside trails 14-7.
Keith, I think they were trying to set up a screen game over there on the sideline, and Southside defended that perfectly.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Wampus Cats. McCune will work from the pistol formation, has one back in the backfield. He moved early, should be a flag, but no flag as the ball gets out to the running back. That is Manny Smith. Smith was out of his stance before the ball was ever snapped.
Yeah, should have been an illegal shift, but you remember how dangerous Smith can be. He scored a lot of their touchdowns throughout this season.
Well, that back judge hadn't seen much most of the night, and that would have been his call, so got to pick on somebody. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 10, big play here for the Southside defense. McCune waits on the signals, looks to the sideline. Now he brings Smith up for blocking purposes, takes a snap, rolls to his right. Here comes the pressure. He feels the heat, looks to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field, and should be intentional grounding.
There it is. There's the flag.
Exactly.
Wow, first one.
Easy call. Great job by the Southside defense.
Absolutely. There was absolutely no one over here. He's running for his life. He just got rid of the ball. I tell you what, Keith, looking down here at the coaching staff tonight, which is right in front of our position, coaching staff is on board tonight with what we're trying to do. Let's get a score. We go into halftime. We're tied up.
Got to feel good, though. Either way, you got to feel good. What was nice about that play, too, Southside didn't overrun the play. They let the play stay in front of them, and McCune actually looked like he wanted to tuck and run. It wasn't there, so he throws the ball away at the last minute. So great job by the Southside defense.
Great containment integrity. Hook, the ends were Van Hook. They actually were doing an excellent job.
Here's the punt by Conway. It's going to be, they're going to let it hit, which is a good call, get out of the way of it, and it's going to be at the 40-yard line. And my first thought was 59 seconds, you're down by 7, you got the ball at the 40-yard line, let's run the clock out, be happy, down 7.5. But that field position, you might take a shot or two.
I think you need to. In fact, we were very successful the last series when we did.
Southside will start this drive on their own 40-yard line. They've had good field position here the last two series. Started the previous series on their touchdown drive on their own 42-yard line thanks to a nice kickoff return by Jay Washington.
Absolutely, and let's keep the momentum headed the right way.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the 40-yard line. They'll bring a man in motion. That's Josh Hannon. Here's a snap to Wehunt. He's going to feel the heat, throws the ball up in the air, and should be a flag on the play. Should be a flag. He drives the Southside guy out of bounds, hits him with the ball in the air.
I think the only thing they're going to go by, Keith, is it was an uncatchable ball. But it didn't matter. If that ball had been on the spot, it certainly would have been a flag. They're supposed to allow you to at least establish what you're trying to do.
I think by the third hit out of bounds could have been a flag easily.
Yeah. I think this crew wants to just keep things moving.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. As we've got 54 seconds to go here, Southside trails 14-7 here in the second quarter. Here's a snap to Wehunt, handoff to Washington up the middle. Will fall forward down to the Southside 44-yard line. I believe Southside will let some clock run and maybe take a shot.
Yeah, 3rd down and about 6 to 7. You know, that wasn't a bad play there, but of course you were behind from your 1st down play where you weren't successful.
The best thing you can do, too, if you're Southside, we saw that physical play out of bounds, is it make you mad.
Yeah.
Get you physical, make you want to play harder. You know, hopefully that'll really get this offense going. Southside goes trip set wide side of the field. Wehunt calls out signals, has Washington in the backfield. Waits on the snap. 14 seconds to go. Here's a handoff. It's a keeper by Wehunt off the side. He's wide open across midfield. Will run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 8.4 seconds to go. Southside now maybe can line up. I'm not sure the arm strength that Wehunt has, but maybe try to heave it.
Yeah, of course Conway's going to back up here in a prevent look. But I'll tell you what, Keith, last two series, whose number have you not been calling? You have not been calling number 44's number. They've taken him out of the game, which is one of the keys we said they would have to do to be successful on offense.
Again, 8.4 seconds to go here before the half. Southside trails 14-7. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the Conway 45-yard line. Get some confidence on the offensive side of the ball. Wehunt calls out signals, takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, going to take it deep down the field. Throws the ball to Connor Austin, who tries to get back to the football with 1.5 seconds to go. Incomplete.
Hey, you're still alive for one more down probably in this half. And that wasn't a bad play. I think the ball just kind of got away from him as he stepped up into the pocket.
I'm not sure here now. The previous play with Wehunt was called, so maybe they could set these plays up. But you got 1.5. The thing you don't want to happen is to throw an interception and have it run back at the half.
We need no Starkle Sparkle, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe just let's pound that ball, be happy at 14-7, go in and.
Yeah, and it could be take a knee here.
Wehunt calls out signals as Bogner in the backfield along with Washington. He wants to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball. It's going to be complete. That's Jake Tyler. Will get inside the 35-yard line, and boy, nice little hit there would have helped on the sideline, but what a great job by Southside in the first half. Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 14-7. We'll be back to talk about the first half tonight, give the scoring summary and such. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside football. Go Landon.
Joe's Grill is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hog game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart.
TV.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio, Spirit 106.3.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties and
commercial.
service
Okay.
plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
This is the Southside Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back to McConnell Stadium. We're at the half. Southside Trails 14-7. A very good first half for the Mavs. Again, we want to thank Frank Rowe Furniture for sponsoring our halftime report. Best seats in the house, no credit check financing. Made in the USA, recliners, sofas, beds, tables, and chairs. Made in USA appliances, washers, dryers, stoves, refrigerators. Check them out, 479-478-7006, www.frankrowefurniture.com. Philip, excellent first half for the Mavs to close. Down 14-zip. They get a nice drive to close out the half to get back in the ball game 14-7.
If this was game 1, game 2, game 3, I don't know we'd be in this position right now. I think this team has taken a great leap forward in our progress. It may not be where folks want it to be happy with the record or happy what's happening. We're down by 1 touchdown, but remember, we're on their field. This is conference play, and we're playing them nose to nose. And I promise you, Coach Fimple has his team in the halftime right now telling them this is going to be a dogfight. Y'all are going to have to come out and play. You can't rest on anything. This is going down all the way through the second half.
Well, the things we talked about in the opening of the ball game as to what Southside needed to do, they've really done well. The special teams have done a great job of eliminating Conway from really doing anything in the punt game or the return game. Done a great job there. Got a turnover early in the ball game. The offense struggled early, came on in the second half, got a big touchdown. And in fact, they were moving the ball at the half. So there's going to be some confidence for Southside going into the second half.
Great play from Jake Tyler, seeing people step up on the Southside part of the field and the offense. Defensively, Sean Rogers, he showed up. Van Hook showed up. Landon Chafee showed up. Can't complain about any of that. I know I was watching the coaching staff on some of the pass plays where Bohannon's getting open. He's got a 10-yard cushion. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not bad coaching, but I'm watching their reaction. Apparently that's not what they wanted to happen. So you may see a little more press because Conway is a star-driven team. So if we can take away those stars, we're going to force somebody else to have to step up and make plays.
It's a team game, as you said, Philip, and you mentioned some of the names. Angel Hernandez started out 3 straight plays to start the ball game. You mentioned Chafee. Sean Rogers, a couple of big defensive players. They moved him back to nose guard, playing great there. But I want to go to Eli Lyles has been all over the field making plays for Southside tonight, and give Levi Russell, who had to come in and spell Lyles, actually stayed in the ball game when Lyles came back, is really stepping up, making some big plays.
I think we're seeing a lot of players begin to feel their place on this team. And that's a beautiful thing to watch when people find, here's what my contribution is to the whole progress.
Exactly. It's been a good first half for Southside. Again, they trail 14-7. Be back with tonight's scoring summary after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Galetta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Galetta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GalettaCountertops.com to browse the design galleries and call 648
Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory on Roxor brand. That's sport quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online. 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I
Last
restaurant.
commercial.
The
Okay.
Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. A.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Welcome back to McConnell Stadium. Southside trails 14-7 at the half. I want to thank our additional sponsor. Does it all. 434-5203. Wheeler Power Sports. Wheeler makes it easy. 226-8724. And Chester's Fine Jewelry. If you can dream it, they can make it. 646-6715. As the game started tonight, Southside received the ball first, went 3 and out, forced a punt, forced a fumble on the punt, got the ball back. Again, weren't able to move the football. Going pretty good in the first half so far, Phillip. 0-0 late in the first quarter. Conway finally gets it going. They go on a 2-play, 50-yard drive, a 45-yard touchdown.
Those key players that they have, and Smith is one of those for them. He doesn't play every down, but boy, when he comes in with his speed and his tenacity, he's going to make a difference every time.
The teams exchange possessions 2 to 3 times. Then Conway takes the ball on their own 43-yard line. This time they go 6 plays, 57 yards. Basically, by throwing the pass, Southside really, I think you talked about this, maybe not what the coaches wanted. They just threw the swing passes out, got their guys in open spaces. Southside did a good job of tackling, make them work down the field. In fact, they had a first and goal at the 7-yard line. Southside makes them go 3 plays to get the touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run from a Wildcat formation by Bryce Bohannon.
Yeah, they've thrown some different looks at us, and I think back to maybe that pass play you're always afraid of that deep threat and the speed that they have. But I'm not sure McEwen's got the arm to do that because we haven't really seen a pass play over 10 yards in the air. Nothing against him. Everybody plays to their own strength. It's been effective for them. But if we know that to be the case, maybe we need to step up and press a little more in coverage. Our secondary has not played bad. In fact, they played very well.
And really, I think the one area, too, that you look at for defense as far as the Mavs has been the running game. Southside doing a very good job of forcing McEwen to throw the football.
Yeah, and even down here when he got the flag for just throwing the ball away. I mean, that was all a coverage there that caused that.
Exactly. Well, Southside receives the kickoff from Conway down 14-zip. They get a really nice return by Jay Washington back to their 41-yard line. Great field position on second down, 2nd and 15. Parker Wehunt finds his receiver, Jake Tyler, down the field for a 36-yard completion down to the Conway 32-yard line. Very next play, a 31-yard run by Jay Washington. He gets him down to the goal line. We thought he got in, hit the pylon, but they marked him out the 1-yard line. Southside fumbles in the next snap and then runs another play. They've got 3rd and goal. They throw a 3-yard pass completion from Parker Wehunt to Connor Austin for the touchdown.
In fact, a play we haven't seen all year, which Coach Williams is always good about putting something else in for every game that hasn't been stamped on film. Back to Washington. I know it's a shoulda, woulda, coulda, but that was clearly a touchdown. The pylon is in play. He had the ball right on that pylon as he went by.
And maybe more important, Southside had an illegal substitution penalty. They really struggled kicking extra points. Isaac Banda, though, steps up, knocks a 27-yard extra point in, which may be big for Southside as they cut the lead to 7.
Yeah, I don't think Conway believed he could make it. They were coming as hard as they could come, and he still just put it right over their heads, right down the middle of the goalpost. I tell you what, Keith, we talked about all three things, and so maybe evaluate. We talked about special teams. I think we can hit the punch list and say Southside has done that for one half. Defense, yeah, they've gave up a few big plays, but they've played hard and they've played well. And offense is coming along, and that's why we see the score like it is, just a 1-score difference, when some prognosticators had said that this could be a mercy rule game in favor of Conway.
And the Southside defense played well, especially at the half, Phillip. Conway gets the ball back, great field position at their 27-yard line. They hit a quick completion for 14 yards to Bohannon, have 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Defense steps up big, gets 2 stops, and then the intentional grounding on McEwen. Southside gets the ball back. Actually was able to move the football, but I like what Coach Williams did there at the half. You take a chance. If it's there, you go for it. If you hit a big play early, if you don't, you run the clock down, which actually hurt Southside in the end because they were able to get the ball down inside the Conway 30-yard line as time ran out. But I like the strategy. Don't give the Wampus Cats any chance to make a big play, because you talk about those fast receivers. They get the ball in space. They can make a big play. All the work you did in the first half could be for naught.
Yeah, and you'd hate to see that because the effort has been there tonight, all the way from the coaching staff who is fired up. They're in this game. They're not screaming and being mean to anybody, but they're on top of what's happening. The players are reflecting that. I think Southside drove 2 hours down the road here and said, we have come to play, and we have come to show you what Southside football is all about.
Exactly. You're listening to the Frank Rowe Furniture Halftime Report. Again, check out Frank Rowe Furniture at www.frankrowefurniture.com. Be back with more after this. Again, Southside trails at half 14-7. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Chafing Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafing Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafing Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafing Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Joe Landon.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge
We have 36 commercials left after this.
Okay. We'll burn some more here for them.
All right.
Warning. The prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select. Plus, get a new 2019 Sonata for as low as $16,999. New 2019 Tucson start at only $19,455. Get America's best warranty. 100 Street and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com with free prints of dealer details.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back. We're going to do something different.
We're from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60-month interest-free financing. Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords
Last
have
commercial.
to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, we just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
What if I just moved back into my old room?
Oh, you mean Dad's new man cave?
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Welcome back to McConnell Stadium here in Conway. At the half, Conway leads Southside 14-7. Been a good first half. And Philip, you talked about the first half for Southside. They did the things you had to do. Again, special teams played very well in the first half. The defense played very well. The offense got it going when they had to.
Yeah, and I think that's, I was sitting here thinking, what do you do in this second half? And I don't think you do anything different, Keith. I think you just take away those big plays, and we have a very even ball game that's going on here.
Mentality-wise, Southside has to be gaining confidence as this game goes on. The other locker room, Conway, has to be kind of wondering, why we put this game away like we thought we probably should have. I'm not going to say they should have, but I think they're finding out Southside came to play tonight.
Well, sports writers, prognosticators, they all have their opinions, and sometimes they're valid, but it's all decided out here. And when Southside showed up and said, we're not going to fold, we're Southside Maverick football, we're here to play a game, then I think it put Conway on their heels, especially kind of that last series that we saw in the second half. We had them reeling.
Well, it should be a very exciting second half. Let's kind of talk about the Central tonight. It's going to be a tough week in, week out schedule for Southside. As we talked about in the pregame, it was we were in the West. West was tough. They were winning all the state championships, but the last 2 years it's been North Little Rock and Bryant win the state championships. And the Bryant Hornets, I think, Fayetteville and Bentonville West. Going to be tough when we go down there. But next week we got Cabot next week, who's really improved. They've got Scott Reed from El Dorado, and Coach was telling me today they really thought there might be kind of possibly a step back for Cabot, learning a new offense, going away from the 3 yards in a cloud of dust that Mike Malham ran to a passing offense, but they've got a very good quarterback.
Makes all the difference in the world. Tonight, actually, Northside is playing Bryant at home. Now, I haven't seen any score updates on this scoreboard here in the stadium, which we normally have. We can kind of keep up with what's going on. But I know Northside has their hands full with Bryant. We're going to have to face them at some point. Cabot next week. Our schedule doesn't get any easier, Keith. There are no cupcakes on the remainder of this year.
There's no cupcakes. Usually we would go in saying, well, we've got Catholic, we've got Central. Central came in 3-0. Those guys are playing very good, and it's a Catholic team that I know that at some point everyone's saying, Central, we hope these guys don't get good again, and I think it may be happening. Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 14-7. Back with the second half kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art's
How many commercials?
with bacon, ham, and a fried egg.
Just 1 minute.
And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's.
Did you say 1 minute?
Let's do 2,
8203
Clay.
Rogers
2
Avenue,
minutes.
Next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Yes, sir.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's core quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Stand by for the second half of today's game. The Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3 was presented by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire, we only use the fine emotional quality. If you can dream it, we can make it. Custom jewelry. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to McConnell Stadium. Just about ready to start the second half. Again, Southside Trails 14-7. Conway will get the ball to start the second half. It's imperative. Hopefully the defense can come out, get a quick stop, get the ball back, and let's get that offense rocking and rolling.
Hey, that's what we need is the offense on the field. We saw that a little more in the second quarter especially, and what a great feeling it is. What a great thought it is that we can carry this game out, maybe get out of here with a win.
It's very possible. Every time Southside comes here, I don't know what it is. We came here 2 years ago. Conway had a really good team, and it went to double overtime. We actually had them down the whole ball game by as many as 2 touchdowns, but we weren't able to put them away. Conway comes back. In fact, they win the ball game. I believe it was a 45, 50-yard field goal, if you can believe that. And the kid that actually kicked it, we talked to his dad after the game. He said he knew he'd do it, which I'm thinking that's kind of bragging a bit, but apparently the kid was a really good pitcher and is actually pitching for Kansas State.
Well, you know, pitching, kicking, golfing, they're all kind of in the same ballpark as far as mechanics and the way in which your mindset works. But, you know, we don't want this game to come down to a field goal for us. We want it to be decided by the offense. And I think we're capable of doing it, and I think there's a little bit of life we're seeing that maybe, you know, 2 quick scores that Conway had.
The real difference is, though, Philip, I think it's when they scored the touchdowns. They weren't – we've had games where the team has come out, given up an opening drive touchdown, giving up 2 to 3 touchdowns, and just seems like bang, 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 and then you're on your heels the rest of the ball game. But tonight, Southside done a good job of really slowing the pace down and staying in the ball game, and then when they had to, making the plays.
And we haven't had to get away from our game plan. We've been able to stay with what we want to do. Got a different look here on Conway's return, and I think they're doing that to try and so we don't know exactly which player is going to be where.
They're trying to hide somebody. I'm sure it's Bryce. I can't see if that's number 20, Bryce Bohannon back there, along with Shane Smith and Manny Smith back there. An interesting formation as Isaac Bandit will kick the ball off for the Mavs.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch some more football.
Exactly. About ready to start the second half against Southside Trails 14-7 as Bandit will kick off for the Mavs. Here's the kick. It's a line drive kick that's going to go out of bounds, and that's not what you want to do. That's going to set them up with really good field position. But that being said, you also are afraid of the return.
Yeah, and if that is the trade-off, then we'll have to just live with that. But that puts pressure on our defense, but I think our defense is up to the challenge tonight.
They'll put the ball at the 35-yard line. That's where Conway will start their first drive of the second half. Can I turn the light on? You can turn that on. I can't see my... They're on 35-yard line. Nick McCune will be your quarterback with Luke Bailey. McCune looks over the defense. He has two receivers split wide side of the field. South coming on a blitz. And will gain maybe 4 yards on the play. Eli Lyles along with, I believe that was Jeremiah Van Hook making the play. 6 for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, I was watching the two linesmen on either side of the field. One of them gave Conway. Go with this one.
Yeah, the guy over here, but the other guy also caught us out of bounds on the pylon.
Yeah.
Again, second down, second, 6-4 Conway. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Bailey again. He's got a little bit of a hole. We'll drive forward to the 42-yard line. Making the play for the Southside defense is Leighton Johnson. Will bring up third down, 3rd and 3. Good play by Johnson in space as Bailey broke the initial containment. Good play by Johnson for a 3-yard gain.
Well, my guess is Conway wants to stay with their running game. They know to chew up clock, so I would think that that's what we're going to see most of tonight.
I'm with you. Get it down the field as he calls out signals, has two backs in the backfield. Bailey dots the I. Here's a receiver that was Bohannon in the slot. Will bring up 4th down, forcing the punt for Conway. Great 3 and out by the Southside defense.
Happening in front of him, he knew he had to hurry. He didn't have a chance to set his feet, and he just threw it behind his receiver. In good field position.
Ashton Waller will punt the ball away for Conway. Stands back at his own 25-yard line. Along with Connor Austin. Here's a kick. It's a low line drive kick that's going to. It was touched. Looked like it was touched by a Conway player. Will go inside.
I believe he did, but then again, I thought we touched the pylon too earlier.
Big call here.
Being on that outside edge is certainly scary, but I think they're talking to the Southside coaches.
The officials will come over here, and if it's on Conway, I'll take the penalty and make him punt the ball again.
Oh, absolutely. Conway doesn't have much of a punting game.
And as we do so often, they're going to decline the penalty. We come with one idea, they have the right idea.
Yeah, it was actually illegal use of hands.
Southside will have 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on their 19-yard line. Give credit to that defense. 2 big series right at the end of the half and to start the second half.
Hey, they're 3 and off the field, and that's what you want to see from your defense.
Again, Southside will go strong left with Bogner and Washington in the backfield with Wehunt. 2 receivers split wide side of the field. Now man in motion is Dimitri Lloyd as here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Gets the outside. Will get 5 yards up to the 24-yard line.
Well, Keith, I got to jumping around back here because I thought he was going to break that one and maybe just an arm or two away from doing so.
Washington is getting better each week.
Yeah, he's staying with it. He's believing in his offensive line. He's giving them the time to open that hole. He's finding that hole. Hadn't been successful like you'd like to see every play, but you got to stick with what works. That's going to be there. We got to wear these guys down.
The line's done a good job tonight.
Absolutely.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Mavs. Here's a snap handoff to Washington. Sidesteps his way across the 25. We've got a flag on the play. Thrown from the back, Judge. This may be a hold on Southside.
Actually, I think they called an illegal shift. Of course, Conway had movement in their backfield earlier that we could clearly see. So
well, the running back actually moved before the ball was snapped. I'm just a bit surprised they took the penalty. It would have been 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for Southside. And you usually don't see the back judge make that call. That's why I thought it might have been holding, because he's normally looks at the center and the guards for a holding call.
Yeah, the umpire also is one in play for a holding call.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. As Southside looks to throw the ball. Here's a quick pass out complete to Jake Tyler. Cuts it inside across the 20 up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 6. Nice pitch and catch for Hunt to Tyler.
Now you have a manageable 3rd down. So again, I'm back to Conway's logic on why not decline that penalty earlier.
Well, the other way you could look at it, if they don't take the penalty, we've got a 1st down. So
absolutely. We just have to stick with what works for us, and that quick out has been working for us.
9:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside trails 14-7. The big 3rd down for Southside. 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Mavs as Hunt looks to the sideline to get the play. Trip set to the right of Hunt with Washington in the backfield. Conway again working out of a 4-3 defense. Here's a handoff. No, a keeper by Hunt. What a great call across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 47-yard line.
Absolutely. Been calling for that all night. They ran it once in the first half, very successful. That one even more successful, about 20-yard gain.
It's that misdirection. You get those aggressive linebackers going one way, he goes the other way, because you saw almost the whole team go to Washington.
Yeah, and number 44, who we're keying on. Remember, we have to know where he is. He's going to follow Washington, almost like some sort of a shadow or ghost package that he's not going to leave Washington alone.
Very impressive what Southside has done the last 2 weeks offensively, getting this offense going. Again, 1st and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a handoff to Washington, going to get hit and dropped at about the line of scrimmage. And there's your man, number 44, Dustin Hughes, making the play.
Yeah, if we can stay away from him and use those decoy plays like we've seen, I think we're going to be a lot more successful. Now, I love what Coach Williams is doing. I'm not going to get away from what I want to do. And that could still pop open at any time, but we got to make sure we get a hat on number 44.
But what you're seeing is the fact that he's running those base plays, but off those base plays, he's running quarterback, keepers and misdirection plays and passing plays that have worked well. Here goes a pass play for Hunt. Throws the ball. He's going to throw it away. A good job by Hunt of just getting rid of the football.
Yeah, and good job by him because there really wasn't anywhere to go. And now we're looking at 3rd down and long. So far, we've been able to convert those.
The tough play there, Phillip, is the fact you roll to the right, you eliminate the bulk of the field. But that being said, that's not, you almost have to do that because the pass rush is there.
Yeah, you're moving the pocket. When you move the pocket, it takes a lot longer for those D linemen to catch up to you.
Again, 7:46 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside trails 14-7. They'll have 3rd down, 3rd and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
I would look for something to Tyler here.
This will be the 6th play of the drive. Here's a snap.
I think we had a timeout.
We're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take 1-2. We'll be back in 1. You're listening to Southside Motor Football on Sprint 106.3.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals on patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
And do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Cherry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Again, we got 7:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside trails 14-7. The Mavs will have 3rd down, 3rd and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Southside lines up in a trip set, and they'll bring a man in motion. That's Bogner. Stack formation to the left of Hunt. He wants to go that way, looks down the field, will throw the ball, will be sacked in the backfield. Back at the 39-yard line, making the play for Conway is Terry and Harris will force a Southside punt.
Hunt took a hard hit in which he got doubled back over, and very fortunate he got up and he is moving around.
But not a bad series for Southside. They ran 6 plays, started this drive on their own 19, got it up to their 45. They'll punt from their 40. Should be able to swap field position. Back deep will be Mox along with Bohannon.
Conway stays with what they've been doing. They're probably going to call fair catch.
Here's the punt by, a nice punt. But it's going to be a fair catch called by Mox. He over the shoulder catch. He fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. At the 2-yard line, he gets back on it.
Well, the result is still good, Keith. I know you and I were hoping that Southside would come up with that ball, but you can't ask for a better result on a punt.
Yeah, Mox is going to wake up in the middle of the night. He's had a tough night.
Yeah, he's second time he's really bobbled one badly, and that one there was no reason for it. It was a fair catch. The only problem was that he called for fair catch when he was square with it. He had to turn away and
over the shoulder.
That's where he should have just let it go.
Exactly. We saw that. He's not quite as good as the Bentonville West kid was.
I still get scared watching him.
He 1st and 10 for Conway. Will start this drive on their own 3-yard line as Manny Smith checks in the backfield with McCune. That's Nick McCune, your quarterback. Here's a snap handoff to Smith off the left side. He gets open field. Will get across the 10 up to about the 12-yard line. Excuse me, that's not Smith. That is Jamal Bethune on the carry.
He reminds me a lot of about 10 years ago, David Adair that played for Southside. Very small stature person. He's hard to pick up when he's standing behind, 6'2", 6'3" linemen.
Well, Bethune's 5'9", and Manny Smith is 5'5", so you're exactly right. Again, they'll be second down, 2nd and 1 at their own 12-yard line. Here's a snap, a handoff to Bethune again. He's going to be piled and hit hard and dropped for a loss back at the 11-yard line.
That's exactly what we needed when it was 2nd and 1, and now it's going to be 3rd and about 4.
That was Angel Hernandez for Southside making the play defensively. Looked like Sam Sanders also, number 36 over there, or 35, excuse me, Caleb Sanders making the play for Southside. We'll bring up a big 3rd down, 3rd and 2. This Southside defense, when they hit you, you stop.
Yeah, and Sanders has been in the stand-up end position all night.
Conway goes trip set wide side of the field. McCune looks that way, wants to throw the ball. It's a swing pass outside, and he is going to be hit and dropped short of the 1st down. What a great defensive play for Southside. There's your big tight end. Making the play is Chase Reyna.
We've been talking about when's he going to touch the ball, and there it was. Southside stepped up and probably gave up, 100-pound weight difference. Reyna stood into that tackle, and he went nowhere.
And what I'm afraid of, he's going to fall forward for 6 yards.
Reyna did his job.
What a great job by the Southside defense. Playing solid tonight. A 3 and out will force a punt. Southside should get great field position. Back deep will be Luke White along with Connor Austin will stand at the Conway 39-yard line as Ashton Waller will punt the ball away for the Wampus Cats. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. He gets the punt off. It's going to be a fair catch called by Connor Austin. Makes it at the Conway 43-yard line. Great field position for the Mavs to start here. Again, we've got 4:57 to go here. Southside trails 14-7.
Yeah, and we flip the field. That's exactly what you want to do. And that, not saying it's a strategy like Frank Broyles, 3rd down, a quick kick, but it is a strategy if we are keeping the ball moving the way we want it to go. Great job by the Southside defense.
Again, Southside will start this drive. They'll spot at the 44-yard line. Got to get some points here. We've had the field position the whole second half. Got to take advantage of it. Wee Hunt calls out signals and has a man in motion. That's Connor Austin. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Wants to throw the football. Looks down the field. Will take it deep down the field to his intended receiver, who tries to go back on the ball. It's going to be pass interference, which he was hanging on the whole time. That was Scaife on the coverage. Juan Scaife will be a 1st down for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball. Should be around the 29-yard line.
We had a referee drop a hat, which usually means somebody ran out of bounds on the offense. So I don't know if that'll affect the penalty or not.
But if he runs out of bounds, was he knocked out of bounds?
I believe he was, and I believe that's why the flag came in, but we do have some contention among the referee crew.
Big call here. We'll see what the call is going to be. Hey, we saw it.
We called it all, didn't we? But good job by the referee crew. They did talk it over. They got it straight and obviously made a call that me and you both like.
And Connor Austin looks like he's going to be, as the season progresses. Jake Toller may be your short receiver, your dependable receiver, but Connor Austin's got to be that guy that stretches the field.
He had his man beat on that play. That's why the grabbing came in.
Be first and 10 for the Mavs at the 29-yard line. Again, 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 14-7.
We're giving valuable time to the defense to catch their breath.
Trip set to the wide side of the field. Here's a handoff to Washington. Has an open hole. We'll get inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Keith, that's Southside football right there. That's what we've been missing. We're seeing it tonight. What a refreshing look it is for us to be able to witness.
The time of possession, Southside has really controlled it here from about mid-second quarter on.
After the 2 big plays, if you think about it, and Southside has pretty much controlled the game since then.
Be second down, 2nd and 5 for the Mavs. Southside trip set wide side of the field. Washington in the backfield. Now we've got a whistle on the play.
Don't know what the call is.
It's going to be on, looks like Conway was lined up off sides. Let's go with that as Southside's clapping on the play.
Doesn't it sound better to call that encroachment, though, than to call it offsides? I prefer to call it encroachment over offsides. Just makes you sound like you're more educated.
It can be called what you want to call it, but the offender doesn't want his number called out.
No, we don't do that in high school football.
I have seen that done. They did it last year in a couple of games. They would call out holding on so-and-so, and I didn't think they were doing that. Again, second down, 2nd and 1. Here's a handoff to Washington. Has the Southside first down. Gets inside the 15, drives forward, down inside the 15. They're pushing the pile forward down to about the 12.
They called the play dead, though the ball did come out of the scrum. But, hey, give kudos right there to the interior of the Southside line.
The line's playing well. Marlon Briggs leading that charge again for the offensive line.
We're starting to see that payoff, what we've been talking about. Keep attacking that middle, attack it. Conway, with as many kids as they have on the sideline, is not platooning their D-line. They're keeping them in there. When they start getting on their knees, when you're about to go to the line, they're tired.
They're missing a big one in Corlin McKinney. And Southside moves on the play.
You always hate to see that from the guard who's lined up right on the ball.
They'll make it 1st and 15 for the Mavs. Again, 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 14-7.
Still, though, valuable time we're giving to our defense. Coaches are talking them up. They're getting that rest. In fact, they've had so much time on the sideline now, the coaches have let them just go watch the game.
They're finding out it's a team game. These kids are buying into a team game. That's what is going on.
Hey, Coach Williams, his staff, they know football. They know how to coach this team. They know what makes young people tick, and I think they found a rhythm here tonight.
The 1st and 15 at the 18-yard line. Here's a handoff to Washington up the middle. Is going to fight to about the 16-yard line. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 13 for the Mavs.
Well, but you keep running that, Keith, and it opens up the play action. And we need to find that quick drag across that middle. I know Southside would rather go kind of to the outside with their passing game because they like to move the pocket. But I'm telling you, that quick drag will always be there with your play action game. That linebacker bites up and 44 will. That's going to leave a big opening right there.
Or even a bootleg. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 13 for the Mavs. Weehunt calls out signal, says man in motion. Here's a snap. Here's a rollout by Weehunt. Looks down the field. Had an open receiver. He missed him. He'll throw the ball deep to the end zone. There's pushing over there.
Oh, there's the flag.
Yeah, there we go.
In the end zone.
As he knocked the south side receiver down, should be a 1st down. 1st and goal.
Keith, that wasn't just kind of a shove or a tug. That was an actual, I'm pushing you as hard as I can. We'll see what the crew comes up with here.
Yeah, that's an automatic 1st down for Southside.
Automatic 1st down. It should put us on down by the goal line. Actually, 2 flags on that play, so I think both of the back judges got in on it.
Easy call. And it goes back to Conway's been playing a little bit of a rough game, too, with certain things they're doing. I think it's coming back to bite them a bit now, as it'll be 1st and goal for Southside. They'll spot the ball at the 8-yard line. Again, they went with the bootleg. It opened up the play. And initially, he had an open receiver. I believe that might have been Tyler doing a post, was open initially. Parker Weehunt didn't see him, throws the ball to the corner. Fortunately, it's a pass interference.
I think the difference is we're sitting up here, we can see the field open up in front of us. He's got a few people around him that don't like him, and so he's got to run just a little bit.
It is a lot different. You go down that field, it is definitely different.
Yeah, and it's happening fast. And Conway here is a little bit on their heels. Everything they've tried to do, we've been able to overcome.
Be first and goal for the Mavs at the 8-yard line. Wee Hunt looks to throw the ball. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to run the ball. He's at the 5. Cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Southside.
Keith, that one actually touched the pylon as well, and we got that one. Outstanding job by Wee Hunt.
Outstanding effort by Wee Hunt, exactly.
He didn't give up on that play. A lot of people would have said just throw it away, live to fight another play. He didn't do it. Looks like we're going for 2.
It's a formation they do. Now they're bringing in Isaac Bandit to kick the extra point. I'm waiting for somebody to bite on that.
Hadn't yet, have
it? A few times last year, Gatewood would actually run the play, and they'd get some 2-point conversions as Banda will attempt to tie the ball game up. Ball is down. Kick is up.
Kick is good.
Kick is good. 2:43 to go here in the third quarter. We're tied at 14. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3. 1.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Does that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bedliners, car audio, and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Cully. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-24.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
That was a 6-play, 44-yard drive for the Mavs. A 7-yard touchdown run by Parker Wiegand. Here's a short kick, going to be fumbled at the 18-yard line. He picks it up at the 18. It's going to be hit, and he is waylaid out there at the 23-yard line. Let's get the offender. I believe that was Dakota Wareheim making the play for the Southside Special Teams.
Absolutely was. He brought the wood on that play. And, I thought there for a minute he might get a few more yards than that, and it was just like a white blur took him the other way.
That is a difference in the Southside defense. When they hit you, it's over.
And I tell you what, tonight they're having fun playing defense.
And let's go back. After this play, we'll go back to a play I want to talk about on the previous series for Conway as McCune calls out signals. Here's a snap to McCune. He wants to throw the ball, throws a pass out complete to Shane Smith at the 28-yard line. Gets away. He's at the 28, will be pulled out of bounds by Landon Chafee. They'll spot him at the 46-yard line. But I will go back to a previous play. 3rd down, 3rd and 2 for Conway. They get the ball, the big tight end at open space, and Chase Reyna stops him a yard short of the first down.
That may be the play of the game so far, Keith.
And Southside gets the ball, answers for the tying touchdown. 2:32 to go here in the third quarter. McCune calls out signals, has Bailey in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a pass play by McCune. Going to throw the ball out complete. That's Smith again, gets away. Gets away again. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. Inside the 20, we pulled down inside the 10 by Eli Lyles.
Same play, just different side of the field, and we got to quit giving them those 10 yards. I don't think they're going to throw the ball downfield any more than 10 yards. Just make that the line in the sand. That is your Alamo, and make your stand there.
And I'm not sure that when you say that maybe at some point maybe you play the passing lane, go for the interception. 6 points the other way.
Yeah, I mean, they have not been very creative in what they're doing in their passing game. In fact, they're kind of treating it like just stretching out their run game.
Be first and goal for the Wampus Cats. The ball will be spotted at the Southside 9-yard line. They'll go with one back in the backfield as McCune calls the signals. This will be a handoff to running back. That is Smith on the handoff. He's going to be inside to the 5, to the goal line, touchdown.
Well, that was one of the things we talked about coming in the second half is we got to take away the big play. The 2 big plays before that is what set that up.
3 plays, 78-yard touchdown. Again, you're trying to tackle in space, not easy to do against these Conway receivers.
Very shifty, very quick.
Will Hogue will check in for the extra point. And now we've got a whistle on the play. We've seen more flags on extra points tonight.
Mostly dead ball material, isn't it?
This may be an interesting call if it's on south side. I mean, you always kind of think of maybe going for two, but
if it were, it'd put the ball on the 1.5 yard line, but it's going to require some discussion with the Conway coaches.
That's pretty interesting. You have a long discussion over a I didn't know you had the option.
Didn't either, but I guess you do with this crew.
You do now.
Yeah, so we'll just go back to where we were.
And now they're going to talk about it. They're going to go to a replay.
The only problem is I don't think we have a camera for them to look at, or a monitor for them to look at. But they're continuing to discuss the information. All right, so now we're back to where we thought we should
I'd decline it. I mean, that kind of takes the kicker out of his rhythm when you do that. So we were right. They were wrong. So, hey, it's what it is. Again, 2:16 to go here, Southside Trails 2014, pending the extra point for Conway. Will Hogue in for the extra point. McCune on the hold. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 2:16 to go here in the third quarter. Southside now Trails 21-14. Be back with a Wampus Cat kickoff in one. You'll listen to Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun-friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Conway kicks off. The ball goes in the end zone for a touchback. Southside will start this drive on their own 20-yard line. A quick touchdown strike for Conway. A lot of good passing and a couple of missed tackles set them up down at the 8-yard line. An 8-yard touchdown run by Manny Smith. Conway now leads 21-14.
I know Conway wants the points, but they really didn't help their defense much. They didn't get much of a break. So, I'm hoping here that we can continue to give that break to the Southside defense and put something all the way down the field.
And as you said, not a lot of changes in the defensive line for Conway. Here's a snap, a handoff to Washington. Boy, he's going to be hit in the backfield, going to lose maybe 2 yards as Hughes gets him back there.
Number 44 again, we've got to know where he is, and I think wherever Washington goes, he's going to pop up.
And again, Southside needs to answer down 21-14, 1:58 to go here. I'm impressed with the grit, though, that Southside has shown here tonight. Really giving a good effort.
We have nothing to be ashamed of.
Be second down, second and 11 for the Mavs. Trip set wide side of the field. A quick snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. No, it's a keeper. He's hitting the backfield and dropped. A nice defensive play back there. That was number 23 for Conway. Xavier Robinson makes a play in the backfield.
I think it took a little long to develop, Keith. I mean, if you're going to do that, I think you got to sell that fake a little harder.
Be third down, third and 15 for the Mavs.
Definitely a passing down, and maybe we're going to come up with something we hadn't seen on film yet.
Well, this is the time to do it. 1:09 to go here in the third quarter. Southside had just gave up a quick touchdown. Need to answer. Not the way to do it with third down, third and 15. Trip set wide side of the field. Hunt takes a snap. Here comes the blitz up the middle. It's a screen pass out to Washington. Has an open field. He's at the 20. At the 25 will be knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Well, it may not have been successful on getting the first down, but it sure got us back a lot of real estate.
You're about one blocker short out there.
One blocker short, but well set up and well sold by Weed.
Yeah, and 3rd and 15, there's not a lot of plays in the playbook that you can run there and without maybe doing something you don't want to do, such as a turnover. So, yeah, I like the call. And they'll change up the formation this time as Mox will move up to the south side 45-yard line. Bohannon will be back. Mox don't want him touching the ball.
That's what it looks like, isn't it? He's been sent to the corner.
Yeah, Puckett will stand at his 10-yard line, punch the ball away. It's a high snap. He gets the snap. It's a short punt that's going to hit and will be marked at the not a good punt for Southside. Will be marked at the Southside 47-yard line.
That wasn't where the ball went out of bounds, so I don't know how they come up with that. Should have actually been about 10 yards backwards. Well, it's one of those things, Keith, that he got rushed then, and he has been having good protection, but they were coming to block it.
Great field position for Conway. This will be their 3rd drive of the second half. Their 4th drive of the second half. They were successful on their previous drive, taking the lead 21-14. McCune calls out signals, has 2 backs in the backfield. Now man in motion, that's Bohannon. Here's a handoff to Bohannon off the left side. He's got a big hole. Will be tackled by Landon Chafee inside the south side 35-yard line to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and they actually pulled some linemen out there to get out in front and just sold themselves completely to the old end around. But they have a lot of speed, and that speed is hard to catch up with if they ever get past you.
A different formation. They gave him a different look, and that's how you use that speed. Run it from sideline to sideline, turn it up. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats at the south side 34-yard line. McCune takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. He's inside the 20, will be hit, gets away inside the 10, will be pulled down at the 5-yard line. On the carry is Jamal Bethune.
Yeah, I don't know what the Conway coaches told to their interior linemen, but they actually reestablished the line of scrimmage about 3 yards down the field on that play. That's hard to overcome when you're a D lineman.
Be 1st and goal for Conway, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Southside trails 21-14. Be back with the start of the 4th quarter after this. It's Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
1 minute.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture at 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Warning, the prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2020 Santa Fe's and Elantras. Plus, get a new 2019 Sonata for as low as $16,999. New 2019 Tucson start at only $19,455. Get America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles. Shop Crane Hyundai at Fort Smith, 3600 0 Street, and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com. Approved credits and dealer details.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back as we start the 4th quarter. Southside trails 21-14. It'll be 1st and goal for Conway at the Southside 6-yard line. Here's the snap. Hand off to the running back. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Again, that was Bethune on the carry. Good job by the Southside defense. Good penetration by Jack Hannon along with Jeremiah Van Hook.
Rogers actually, I believe, came up with it, but their penetration is what set up that tackle.
Southside has given them different looks on the defensive line. You've seen Rogers playing nose guard. They'll move him out. I like that.
Yeah. He's probably, our best lineman. You're moving him around. That creates a lot of grief for that offensive line to keep up with where he is.
It'll be 2nd goal at the Southside 9-yard line. McCune takes a snap. He wants to roll right. Here comes the heat. He's going to throw the ball to Bohannon, who catches it inside the 5, will be hit, gets away for the touchdown.
Good hit placed on him, but you got to wrap up. A great player like Bohannon, he's not going to go down on first contact. Well, we find ourselves in a hole, Keith. It's not an insurmountable hole, but we're going to have to come up with something offensively for sure.
That's what you don't want to see, though. It just seems like when something bad happens, it just compounds, and that's what's going on here. Southside now trails 27-14. Here's the extra point by Hogue. It's up, and it's good. 11:13 to go here in the ball game. Conway now leads 28-14. Be back with the Wampus Cat kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Sprint 106.3.
Life would be so much easier
One.
if you could afford a reliable car.
Yes, sir.
If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
Joe's Grill is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. 10-layer dip or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half price apps during every Hog game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Conway will kick off. Will Hogue kicks the ball off. Will be fielded by Washington at the goal line. He has a foot in the end zone. Will be a touchback. Bad break for the Mavs. Washington has had some good returns tonight.
Yeah, in high school football, once that ball crosses the plane of the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. There's no running it out of the end zone.
I think if you have any part of your body in the past the goal line, I think that's what happened on that play. It looked like the ball was out, but his foot was in the end zone.
I think it's more of a safety rule. A lot of young people are injured on kickoffs, so it's just a way to shut that down.
Big series again for Southside as they now trail 28-14. 2 quick touchdowns by the Wampus Cats have opened this game up just a bit. Wee Hunt calls out signals, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. Should be a flag on the play as he is tackled.
It wasn't even looked at by the linesman on the other side of the field.
He was tackled before the ball ever got there.
I don't know what you say to that, Keith. I'd like to have some big answer for you, but he wasn't even watching the play, and it was right in front of him.
The only thing I will say, I don't know if it factors into it. He was behind the line of scrimmage. Don't know if that matters, but he was tackled definitely before the ball ever got there.
Yeah, it still should have been interference.
Be second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a snap, a quick handoff to Washington. Boy, he is hit as he goes into the back of his own lineman and goes backwards at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Southside's just not getting that push like we were earlier, and Conway is working hard to take that away from us.
What has happened as you watch the game, Southside really was pushing the pile, doing things when it was 14-7, 14-14. These 2 quick touchdowns have really kind of got to the psyche of the Mavs here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of distracted them from what we're here to do, and it's one play at a time. Sometimes you press a little hard when you get behind like this.
Again, Southside trails 28-14. Still plenty of time in the ball game, 10:45 to go. A big third down play for Southside. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. He wants to throw the ball, and I think they're going to get Connor Austin possibly moving on the play before the snap.
It's amazing that linesman saw that but didn't see the other
yes,
play.
Exactly. I've got to ask this question. I thought in high school football you weren't supposed to give the numbers.
I don't think you're supposed to, but apparently this crew thinks it's appropriate. You know, it's a team penalty. I don't know why you call numbers anyway, and it just kind of gives people a wrong impression about what's going on.
I don't like it. I don't like
it's somebody's fault completely.
Yeah, I don't like it. You're exactly right. It's a team, and you shouldn't be doing that, especially at this age. Again, third down, 3rd and 15 for the Mavs. Wee Hunt takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, has time to throw it. Will throw it. It's intercepted. He's at the 20-yard line, fights his way to the 15, and will be tackled. The ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it.
The referees, before he even gets to the pile, is already pointing toward Conway.
Yeah, that was Traylon McClure on the interception for Conway.
It was kind of one of those ill-advised passes that, don't throw it unless it's there, and he just overthrew his player and right into the arms of a Wampus Cat.
And his player was covered, and you're exactly right. He overthrew the intended receiver for the interception. But that being said, 10-12 to go here. You've got to make something happen.
Absolutely.
Be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats at the Southside 15-yard line. One back in the backfield, Luke Bailey. McCune waits on the snap, has Bohannon in motion, gives the ball to Bohannon off the right side. He's going to be hit and dropped back at the 15-yard line. They'll give him maybe a yard on the play.
Good response by the Southside defense compared to where they find themselves with their backs against the wall.
Got a question on that. They run Bohannon out of bounds. They call him inbounds.
There's a lot of weird stuff on that far sideline, Keith, and probably we just better stick with what we see in front of us over here.
I know an official I've known for a long time. It's called time management.
Keep the ball moving.
Exactly. Keep the clock going. Again, second down, 2nd and 10 for Conway. Here's a snap, handoff to Bailey. Bailey's going to be hit and dropped by Eli Lyles right at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and a little bit different look there. Actually had a safety blitz that was coming on, and I think Southside is trying to get back to where they were a few series ago. We're not just going to maintain. We're going to bring the attack to you.
And that's just what I like to see from the Southside team is, you had a bad play, you've given up 2 scores. There's no quit in this defense.
Hey, hold them here, and so you're back in the ball game.
McCune calls out signals. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Receivers split either side of the field. Here's a snap. McCune looks over to Bohannon. Here's a throw. He's going to be incomplete as it one hops it. On the coverage for Southside is, I believe that was number 9 for Southside.
Yeah,
David Solomon on the coverage.
This is a victory for the Southside defense. You're forcing them into a field goal. And back to what we've been talking about, McCune's arm strength, that was probably his longest pass of the game. Across the field, didn't amount to much yardage as far as forward, but still something that...
but if he gets it there, he's got an open field.
He had an open field.
As Hogue will try a 32-yard field goal. Ball is down. Kick is up.
I believe it's good.
Kick is no good. We've got 8:54 to go here. Southside holds on defense. They trail 28-14. What a great job by the Southside defense. We'll go ahead and keep it here. But what a great job. You can't ask any more of the defense to step up, get a 3 and out, miss field goal, get the ball back. Offense, let's take over.
Yeah, and we got creative on that. We were bringing some looks at them they weren't prepared for. I mean, how many times in high school football do you see a safety blitz? A lot of teams don't even have a safety that can do that, but we've got Lyles, we've got Wareham, we've got some kids that'll put the helmet on you.
Well, they're combination linebackers. They played linebacker last year. In fact, Lyles played quite a bit of linebacker last week for the Mavs due to injuries. He can step up. You see this kid, 150 pounds. He's probably the toughest kid on the team.
Yeah, and his shirt is probably the wettest by the end of the night as well. And we're missing our center. Here he is.
I've never seen that as Marlon Briggs comes on the field.
And we call timeout.
Southside will take a timeout. Without timeout, we'll take one. To be back in one. You're just a Southside Battle of Football on Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's sport quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the...
Welcome back. Here's a pass play by Parker Wehunt. Throws the ball complete to Connor Austin at midfield, the 49-yard line. Southside first down.
Great play by the quarterback. He stayed with it, and you know, he threw that pick, but he kept his head in the ball game, came right back with an excellent throw.
29-yard completion. Connor Austin, a couple of big catches tonight for the Mavs.
Absolutely. He stayed with the ball and trusted his pattern.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball at the 48-yard line. Again, 8:36 to go here. Southside trails 28-14.
Keith, we don't have to get it all back right here, but we've got to keep it going.
Got to score, though. As Wehunt rolls, he wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He throws the ball down the field. It's going to be intercepted, but we may have a pass interference here on Conway.
Yeah, it's coming back. It's actually going to be in Southside's favor.
I'm glad to see that guy throw a flag.
Yeah.
He missed the one earlier on Tyler.
he may have decided he wanted to get in on what was going on here.
That's a dangerous throw, though, nonetheless. You
Very
got triple
much so.
coverage.
Very much.
Southside, if it is a penalty on Conway, is very fortunate.
But I think with the pressure that Hunt was feeling, it was just one of those plays where the pressure hit about the time he threw it. He wasn't able to get a lot on it. See what their call is here.
That's a big break for Southside.
Big
They'll
break.
get the ball at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and Conway can't believe it. They have this look of disbelief.
Well, I can't believe it either because you had triple coverage. There was no reason to hold on the play.
No reason to hold, but they've been very aggressive. And, Coach Fimple likes to play a press coverage anyway.
And we've got the down markers. They've got one hasn't moved, the other one has. So let's see.
Let's see what happens here.
See what happens here. So,
yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Again, 1st and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. We'll get a Southside. Well, it would have been a first down on the original mark, and now Southside moves.
That was on Washington right there. The positive result from that.
And getting off the pile, Alvin Trong along with big Marlon Briggs pushing that pile down the field.
That's what we want to see. We want to see that the other way.
Jack Clark will check in for the first time, not to give Washington a breather. Clark looked good last week in mop-up duty for Southside. Good to see him back in the lineup. Here's a snap. It's going to be a pass play by Hunt. Throws the ball, almost caught it. Looked like they were trying to get the ball to Tyler, overthrow him. Hannon has a chance to catch the ball and can't make the play.
Yeah, and kept it away from the blue shirts, that's for sure, but that was a scary play.
I love the call, though. 3rd down, 3rd and 3, go for it.
Might as well.
Washington checks back in for Tyler. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs. 7:39 to go here in the ballgame. Southside trails 28-14.
We don't have to get 14 points back here. We just need to get 7 points back. It's a whole new ball game. The defense is playing well.
Getting the stop after the turnover.
Absolutely.
Here's a snap. 25, he's at the 20, at the 18.
At what, about 4 times? They're starting. He's having to breathe pretty hard.
Big old 91 there in the middle. Here's a snap, a handoff to Washington. Will fight forward, gets a good gain.
That's what we're starting to see. We got to keep it going.
About a 4-yard gain. Well, actually, I'll spot him at the 15, be a 3-yard gain.
Matriculation down the field is what we want to see here. 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. You start getting 10 and 12 if you stay with it.
Yeah, big old 91's got to get out of the ball game. He could hands on the hips. You know he was getting tired. But what led to that was the quick touchdowns by Conway and then the 3 and out forcing the missed field goal try. Southside has really kept the ball time of possession here in the ball game. Here's a handoff to Washington. Will duck forward, maybe 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress on that. Even though it looked like he lost 20 yards, he didn't.
They didn't give him much, as I'll spot it at about the 14-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs.
Love to see that effort, though. We're keeping it between the tackles. We know what we want to do. We're sticking with our identity as a team. But you know what? That sets up that bootleg. That sets up that quick misdirection. So let's see what Coach Williams pulls out of this.
Jack Clark checks in the ball game for Southside. As the season goes on, Jack Clark gets the feel for the game. He'll be an asset for us in the running game. Here's a double motion play for Southside. As here's a snap to Hunt. He wants to throw the ball. He's going to try to run it, and they're onto that as they're going to take him back at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, sadly, he just had nowhere to go with that ball. Times for the coaches.
Oh, down 4.
I always like to try to guess what I think Coach Williams might do. But, you know, play action may be in play here as well.
What was there earlier was a play action pass with Jake Tyler running the post. If you hit it quick, it may be there.
Yeah, it's a pretty play.
Again, 4th down, 4th Southside. Big play in the games. They're trailed by 14. Here's a snap to Hunt. Looks to throw the ball. Will throw the ball to the end zone. Touchdown Southside.
Beautiful play.
Jake Tyler
You called his number. My hat's off to you, Keith. You actually were the prophet on that play.
It was the fade instead of the post.
Well, we got to change it up a little bit to keep you guessing. But what a beautiful, beautiful ball that was thrown by Parker Wehunt, who right now, Keith, he's got my vote for Offensive Player of the Game.
Well, Jake Tyler's had a good ball game, too. In
Absolutely.
fact, they've had several guys. I can't say enough about this team. They gave up and went down by 14, had a chance to go down more. Defense steps up. Offense follows it up as Isaac Banda in for the extra point for the Mavs.
These extra points can become very important.
Ball's down, kick is up. Your kick is good. 5:11 to go here in the ball game. Southside now trails 28-21. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special.
One.
Given to someone special. And at Chester
Yes, sir.
Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper. Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 7-play, 80-yard drive for the Mavs, an 18-yard touchdown pass from Parker Wehunt to Jake Tyler. And what makes it even better, Phillip, it was on 4th down.
Hey, you can't ask for anything better than that. He had confidence in the play. He had confidence in his receiver.
That was a great throw, too.
Great throw.
As Bandit will kick off for the Mavs. Here's a kick. It's a line drive kick. It is going to die at the 11-yard line. It's picked up over there at the 11 by Shane Smith. He's going to try to cut it up the field. He's going to be hit, and going to be hit again by Eli Lyles. Will be dropped at the 24-yard line.
Couldn't ask for anything better than that in the result, and we're keeping it out of their hands. You know, Keith, if you go back to what's going on here, Southside's having to earn everything. Conway's getting those big plays and really doing damage, but we're having to earn what we're doing here. And you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to see this come down to a last-minute heroic drive by Southside?
If I'm Southside, go for the win.
I don't think they can stop you right now.
Here's a snap. It's going to be a quick pass out, going to be caught at the 29-yard line.
Result, same play they've been a 10-yard cushion.
Point maybe lane, just see if we can make a play again.
Well, something might be effective is to disguise that, make it look like you're going to give them 10 yards, and then cut off the ball as it comes across.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for Conway.
We've got to make this a little tougher for McEwen.
2 receivers wide of McCune. McCune takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Manny Smith. He's got an open field across 40. He's at midfield, and he's going to take it to the house. 35, 30, 20, 15, 10.
That ought to be a penalty there for unsportsmanlike.
No.
Well, Keith, we've been talking about if you can take away the big play, which is coming from their star players, the difference is Southside's having to earn everything that they're taking.
What's scary about that, Manny Smith's only a sophomore. That's 2 long touchdowns he's had tonight.
Not even their normal starter. They just bring him in for a big play.
Here's the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 4:11 to go here in the ball game. Conway now leads 35-21. Be back with the Wampus Cat kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3. 1.
Warning.
Yes, sir.
Prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2020 Santa Fe's and Elantras. Plus, get a new 2019 Sonata for as low as $16,999. New 2019 Tucson start at only $19,455. Get America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles. Shop Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith, 3600 0 Street, and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com. Free credit, see dealer for details.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators, Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's sport quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Hogue kicks the ball into the end zone. Southside will start this drive around 20-yard line. That was a two-play, 79-yard drive for the Wampus Cats. A 71-yard touchdown run by Manny Smith. I got to say, Philip, after watching Bohannon, Smith, and Smith, Conway is probably one of the favorites to win the 7A state track championship.
Oh, I think no doubt about that, Keith. And that's what we're seeing here is a track meet that they're putting on. But Southside here got to come back and score and see if we can get back in this ball game.
The first and 10 for the Mavs at their own 20-yard line. Here's the snap to Weehunt. He wants to throw. It's a screen pass set up to Washington. We'll get across the 25. He's at the 30, up to the 34-yard line. Good running by Washington. Nice lead blocking over there for Washington, leading the blocking for Southside. I believe that was big number 54, Angel Mares on the block. Gets 14.
And I think Southside needs to quicken up their pace a little bit and keep that heat on that D-line for Conway.
Again, first and 10 at the 34-yard line is Parker Weehunt. Steps back again, wants to throw the ball, has all day to throw it. Will throw the ball out of bounds, incomplete.
We've got a flag or something here. Yeah, we do have a flag. It's going to be in a place where you're looking for perhaps a hold.
Holder lineman downfield. He had all day to throw the ball. Let's see what the call is. What I would like to see is a taunting call on Conway every once in a while. Every time somebody makes a play, it's a look at me, here I am.
Not supposed to be a part of the high school game, but they are calling holding.
You can't stop that in a hurry.
Yeah. That's 15 yards if it's enforced.
That'll bring the ball back to the Southside 21, make it first down, first and 23, 3:46 to go here. Southside trails 35-21. Need a miracle big play here to have a chance.
Yeah, I still say we've got some time, but we can't be wasting any.
Weehunt calls out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw the football, will be sacked back at the 15-yard line, loses the football, picked up by Hughes. He's at the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we can't put that on Weehunt. I mean, the coverage or the protection broke down very quickly. He really never had a chance to set his feet or to do anything. Ball pops out. Hate to see that, Keith, because this Southside team has played so hard tonight.
And the final score is not going to show with Conway.
Not at all.
The big chance to get here first and goal at the 4-yard line.
Nose to nose, I would take Southside Conway matchup any day. I think we match up very good with them, but we've got to figure out a way to stop their playmakers. And that's another one of their playmakers, number 44 on defense.
Well, he showed it all night. He's averaging 12 tackles a game, all-state player. And he's every bit as advertised. Again, it'll be first and goal for the Wampus Cats. 3:38 to go here. Again, Southside trails 35-21. As they'll have a new back in the backfield with this Jabrian Earl, who will get the handoff. Earl gets the handoff, will be hit and dropped after maybe a yard gain on the play.
He must be their bruiser back because he doesn't have quite the speed that we're used to seeing from their tailback. But as you said earlier, they've got 4 different people that they run in and out.
Yeah, Landon Chafee made the play for Southside on Jabrian. Maybe lost half a yard. He's a second goal just inside the Southside 5-yard line. Again, McEwen brings his team up the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split short side of the field. Here's a snap to McEwen, hands it off to Bryan again. He's going to be hit and dropped again by the Southside defense. There's number 1, who's played a heck of a game tonight, along with number 23. Those two, both of them And it's going to be a hard decision. It's down to those two guys
Yeah.
as far as picking your Fort Smith Flooring player of the game, Eli Lyles and Landon Chafee.
Well, Chafee doesn't have as far to go to get to that play as Lyles does. He's coming from his safety spot. What excellent play there that's actually keeping Conway out of the end zone. You hate to see any scoring done here, but you'd rather see them attempt a field goal than get a touchdown.
Bailey will check in. Luke Bailey will be your tailback with McEwen in the backfield. Two receivers split wide side of the field. McEwen calls out signals. Now has a man in motion. That's Bohannon. Here's a handoff to Bailey up the middle. Is going to get in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, it was the same play over and over. In fact, they ran it 3 times in a row, and that time Southside didn't have an answer.
Defense did all they could.
Yeah, you can't expect the defense to completely hold out a good running team like Conway in a position like that.
And people will see this score in the morning thinking that Conway had a cakewalk, and it was nothing but a hard ball game as Southside really fought hard, tied it up at 14, had it down 28-21, but a couple of mistakes have hurt Southside. Extra point is good. Southside now trails 42-21. Be back with the Conway kickoff after this. Just in Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Wanting a fresh feel, look, or decor for your home or space? Wasted Repurpose Marketplace has your specific look to fit your budget and your personality. Handpicked, vintage, antique, farmhouse, and so much more decor will have your visions becoming reality. Wasted also has it all for your fall, home, and holiday decorating. Voted a Best of the Best finalist for 3 years in a row. Shop at Wasted, 1520 Towson Avenue, or find them on Facebook. Wasted Repurpose Marketplace, 1520 Towson Avenue.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
The kickoff goes into the end zone. Will be 1st and 10 for Southside. They'll start this drive on their own 20-yard line. The Southside now trails 42-21. Stay tuned for the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show, where we will name our Fort Smith Flooring Group offensive and defensive players of the game.
Keith, we need to see a touchdown here. You might say, well, what does it matter? But we got to keep this going throughout this season.
Hunt takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, will throw the ball down the field, has an open Connor Austin. He's at the 28-yard line, gets away across the 35, will have a first down, goes out of bounds, and again, clock management goes with the line judge, calls him inbounds.
He was saying wind the clock before the play was even
I was going to say, that's what I was thinking. I saw that. Okay.
Well, you know, it's the little things in life that make life worth living.
He's going to David's Burgers after the game.
Yeah, they close at 10.
They close at 10. There you go. As Hunt takes a snap, he wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He's going to be sacked back at the 31-yard line.
Never had a chance on that play. I mean, when you get that many blue shirts around him, something bad's going to happen every time.
Well, the game changes. I mean, it's obvious when you get behind by 3 scores, and actually 2 scores on the previous series, you've got to gamble more, and then you also, your line has a lot of pressure because you know what's coming.
Yeah.
And it takes you out of your game plan. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 15 for the Mavs. Jack Clark in the backfield along with Hunt. Here's a pass complete. As Dimitri Lloyd gets away from the first guy, will be hit and dropped at the 39-yard line.
Nobody told Mr. Lloyd that we're this far behind with this much time left. He's playing his heart out. He took a hard hit there, kept his feet, still got a couple more yards.
Very impressed with the effort of the Mavs tonight.
Oh, we can't criticize that at all. That is not the issue whatsoever.
As Hunt brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. Looks to throw the ball. Will throw the ball down the field. Has an open receiver, Jake Tyler, who makes the catch and will be thrown down at the 28-yard line. And
that was clearly out of bounds, and he wanted to wind the clock over here as well.
Yeah, if I'm Southside, go ahead and you've got one timeout. Take that timeout. Let's see what we can do.
He actually did stop the clock. He changed his mind.
Well, they did to move the chains. Again, it'll be 1st and 10 for Southside. Big game tonight for Jake Tyler. Hunt takes a snap. looks to throw the ball, steps up, is going to be, gets away. He's at the 45, at the 40, will run out of bounds, and they're going to stop the clock.
You sure?
I think so,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with you.
They will stop the clock, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Mavs.
Hey, there's been no quit in this Southside team. Their effort is to be commended. The coaching staff had a plan. We've seen some of those things that are really giving Conway fits, and I promise you, Conway's not going to walk out of here thinking that they just took off and left this team. They know that they've met the Southside Mavericks.
There's a couple of adjustments, and you talked about it with the dissatisfaction the coaches had with giving too much space to the receivers, that if they could do it over again, they would change. And he needs to try to get rid of the football. It's going to be hit and dropped, and the ball's on the ground. It's going to be another turnover for Southside, I believe. And now, yeah, they're going to call it a turnover for Conway as they strip the ball.
Yeah, and Weehunt, again, never had a chance. And it's breaking down because they're doing the delayed blitz, and that's just hard for a lineman to pick up sometimes what's coming. 20.7 seconds left. I really wouldn't expect Conway here to even run a play. It's probably just going to be a victory formation.
That's definitely what they'll do here. And again, Southside had some turnovers late, but it's also a product of being behind and trying to get back in the ball game.
Absolutely.
And you have to kind of play within what you want to do. They weren't able to do that towards the end, and looks like, again, they'll go ahead and take a knee, as it would be a victory formation, which is kind of interesting. He's going to take a deep snap for victory formation. You don't see that a lot, and
that'll be our ball game.
That's going to be your last play of the game. Southside's going to fall to Conway tonight, 42-21. Be back with the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services postgame show after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality
service. And see how many breaks he wants to take.
Service and safety are the top priorities for all of the customers. They can take care of